soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game starts soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from TD Bank Ballpark. We're getting set for Game 2 in this 6-game series between the Somerset Patriots and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you from Bridgewater, New Jersey. Oh, Bowie, they needed yesterday's off day. After having to play 7 games in 7 days, of course, just about every team in minor league baseball had to do that. But Monday was just a very frustrating day for the Baysox in terms of the outcome that was on the final score. A 1-0 loss for Bowie, their first 1-0 loss where the only run of the game was a solo home run since April of 2018. That's how much of a rarity it is for something like that to come across, especially since Bowie got such a great start from Ryan Watson, something that they've been so fortunate to get pretty much day in and day out, week in and week out for the right-hander. The offense just could not back him up with anything. Bowie collected 7 hits, but all went for just 1 base. The Baysox only got 2 runners to third base time this season that Bowie had out-hit their opponent and still lost the game. So they'll try to do it a little bit differently today, but they don't go up against an easier pitcher, not by any metric. Randy Vasquez sports a 2.73 ERA. He's one of the best in the Eastern League. We'll preview him in just a second, but first we get you set up with the numbers for today's game. Bowie comes in for game number 77 on the season, a 32-44 record, a 1-game losing streak. The Baysox are still 7-3 over their last 10, however. 13-24 when playing on the road. The Patriots also come in for game number 77 on the season, a 47-29 mark for them, a 2-game winning streak for Somerset as they're just 5-5 over their last 10, and 25-15 when playing at home. The Baysox are 5-2 in the second half, first overall in the Southwest Division, just only 1/2 game ahead of second place, however. Altoona and Erie are both tied for second with identical 4-2 marks behind the Baysox 5-2. Somerset is 3-4 in the second half. They're 5th place overall in the 6-team division. They're tied for 4th with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, who are also 3-4. Portland leads the pack at 5-2 in the second half, but of course Somerset winning the first half of 2022 means that they have already punched their ticket to the playoffs, so second half standings don't affect them as much. No new roster moves to mention for Bowie other than Ramon Arias and his rehab assignment being returned to Baltimore. We already brought that up on Monday. Matt Harvey is still technically with the team in roster position, but he is with AAA Norfolk and expected to rejoin their roster officially sometime soon. Meanwhile, the Patriots did make a couple of moves. Yesterday, outfielder Matt Pita was placed on the injured list. He did not appear in Monday's game, so there was no issue as to seeing what it was. It's something that he probably suffered during the Reading series. And then to replace him and refill the roster at 28 active players, catcher Austin Wells has been promoted from High A Hudson Valley to Double A. I should say, started the season with High A Hudson Valley, went down to Tampa to rehab briefly an injury. It was not a traditional rehab assignment. He just went down and filled a roster spot there. But he returns now and gets the jump up to Double A. Today will be his debut. Wells was hitting .323 with 6 home runs and 16 runs batted in 28 games with High A Hudson Valley. So he will be a danger, and he's another left-hander in this lineup. So it won't be that easy for Drew Rom because, you know, lefty on lefty can be a little interesting, but he should be fine when it comes to facing off against the 4 true lefties in the lineup. There are 2 switch hitters that will bat right. As we mentioned, Drew Rom, let's preview today's starting pitching matchup. Randy Vasquez will go for Somerset while Rom gets the ball for Bowie. Vasquez an 0-2 mark on the season, but a 2.73 ERA. He struck out only 60 batters in 62 2/3 innings. He's walked 21, only allowed 4 home runs. So it has been a lot of contact outs for Randy Vasquez, under 9 strikeouts per 9. You don't see that too often, especially from a Yankees-affiliated arm. But Vasquez has played the zone well. That 2.73 ERA is up there in the Eastern League leaderboards for qualified starters. And this is his first real taste of Double-A ball. He got a small cup of coffee with Somerset last season and didn't necessarily pitch well, but he's matured into the level this year. He's been stringing together constant quality starts, maybe not entirely by definition every time, but all of them have been very good when based on just the numbers alone, except for one off day against Hartford in late June, in which he allowed 4 runs. Vasquez has allowed 2 or fewer runs in every outing this season. He hasn't necessarily struck out too many. I think he's only struck out more than 6 in 5 of his 13 starts, but he's still a great pitcher. He recently added a sinking 2-seam fastball to his arsenal, and it's helped him get an uptick in called strikes when opponents may be anticipating the changeup from it. He's also got a mid to high 90s fastball that can top out at 98 at points, and then a curveball and a changeup that both play very, very well. On Drew Rom, a 4-1 mark on a 3.86 ERA in 49 innings, 61 strikeouts, but he is coming off of an interesting career worst. You can almost put the worst in air quotes if you'd like, because Rom gave up 3 home runs last week to the Richmond Flying Squirrels, making a new career high in a single outing. But here's the thing. All 3 homers were solo blasts. Rahm still finished with a quality start by matching a career high with 6 innings, giving up just the 3 runs, didn't walk anyone, and struck out 7 batters. He didn't allow more than an individual base runner in any single inning. He actually faced exactly 4 batters in all 6 innings he pitched, and Bowie's offense helped him out a ton. 15-5 was the final score in that one. It was just a good hearty mix for Drew Rahm, as he always brings to the table. And if he can do that again today with Maverick Hanley behind the plate, then he should be in for another good day. We've got plenty to come here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. When we return, Ryan Watson is our guest. Tossed 5 strong this previous Monday, and we get his thoughts on what's been working well, including some of the great play behind the plate for Bowie between Hanley and Roberts. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Make sure you've got your Jedi cloaks ready on Saturday, July 16th for Star Wars Saturday. Tons of Star Wars characters out at the ballpark, take part in interactive exhibits and lightsaber battles, and you can bid on specialty game-worn jerseys by the Baysox players at the game. It's all sponsored by Taco Bell, and it comes your way on Saturday, July 16th. So get your tickets now for Star Wars Saturday at the ballpark by heading to Baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, getting set for Game 2 between Bowie and Somerset. Joined now by Ryan Watson. Started Monday's game for Bowie, tossed 5 strong innings and struck out a season's-high 8 batters. Just first off, what pitch was working best for you on Monday?
I think all of them worked pretty well. I think it was just the way I was mixing up and locating all my pitches that really set it apart from the other outings I've had this year.
And walk us through the thought process of that first inning after the walk for Volpe. He steals second, moves to third on the throwing error, and then you just get a perfect ball right back to the mound. What was going through your head on going to third?
Well, to start the inning, I was just kind of out of whack. Didn't feel very in sync with my mechanics. 4-pitch walk to Volpe, and he's a threat on the bases. So of course, he took off first, was able to get to third. But I want to say it was a slider. He kind of beat it right in the ground right to me, and I looked over to check him just to make sure he wasn't,
sprinting off.
Yeah, taking off to home, and he looked a little far off the bag, so I just turned and threw to Cesar, and we got him. So.
How great is it with the backstops that you have between Cody Roberts and Maverick Hanley? Both were in the game on Monday too. Does it just make it a little easier, maybe a little bit more calming that you know that you have their skill set there to potentially help you out at really any given turn? Because they showed it off on both ends, 2 caught stealings and a pickoff.
Absolutely, yeah. I think they're honestly 2 of the best catchers, and the minors, to be honest, in my opinion. They both are great minds, and they both do a really good job of controlling the game, calling the game. They both got good arms, especially, Cody's got a rocket back there. But yeah, just two great minds that call a really great game. So it's very easy their game plan and just kind of go with what they think's right, and have a lot of trust in them. Their walls back there as well, blocking everything. Yeah, you put a lot of trust in them, and it's easy to do so with 2 guys like that.
We're here with Ryan Watson on the pregame show. Now, remind me if I'm incorrect, but you've been working a little bit more on your slider recently with Josh Conway. How's that been going?
Yeah, It's been going good. It's just really just trying to dial in the consistency of it. Some games it's a lot better than others, and so we're trying to just really dial in the consistency on that pitch game to game. And I think the past 2 it's been pretty consistent. So I'm just going to keep building off that and just keep throwing it.
I was talking with Noah Denoyer last week, and he had mentioned how he was learning the slider just kind of in its infancy, or it might have been a different pitch, and I asked him what was kind of the most difficult part of going through something like that, and he said trying to get consistency on the release point specifically. Would you agree with that, or is it maybe something different?
Yeah, I'd agree. There's the slider's kind of a weird pitch. You've got guys that, my slider doesn't move a whole lot left or right to left. It's 3 to 5 inches horizontal break, but you've got guys like Shelton Perkins who he'll spin one off at 28 inches horizontal. And so everybody's different. I like to throw mine a little harder with a little less movement, but it's late and it's sharp. That's kind of my go-to slider. And some guys like to throw it a little slower, but it's sweeping out and getting a lot of movement. So it varies guy to guy.
Since it does vary, do you compare a lot, maybe ask for tips or provide some of your own instances about what you do, or do you just kind of go with what you feel best and what you like to see come across the plate best?
You pick the other guy's brains every now and then, but for me, my thought process behind it's a lot different than your normal thought process. I like to just think of it like a fastball, and so for me, it's really just feeling it at the very end. I'm thinking, fastball the whole way, and just at the very end, I'm kind of getting not necessarily around it, but kind of around and through it to make it get the spin that I need for it to move left. And because I still want it to be hard, and I just want it to be something hard and late to miss a barrel or get a swing and miss.
Do you think a lot of that comes from what you had discussed in the past, your old pitching coach at Auburn saying always attack the zone, always just be overpowering of a lot of guys?
Yeah, I'm trying to be as efficient as possible, go deep into games, and the only way to really do that is to go right after guys and try to either get soft contact early or put them away quick. So, I'd say that has a lot to do with my mentality towards things.
What do you think is more fun? Maybe a big strikeout to start or end an inning, or what you did to Volpe in that first inning, nailing that lead runner when he dances a little too far off?
For more fun, I'd say the strikeout.
Yeah.
More relieving, probably. Picking off a runner at third that's getting a little too aggressive. They're very aggressive on the base pass, so varying holds and your picks and your time to the plate, it's all important this week. So, and we know that, and we've been working on it, and we've been doing a really good job of it, I feel like, all year. So, but yeah, I'd say the strikeout's more fun. The pick off at third's probably more relieving.
As we wrap things up here with Ryan Watson on the pregame show, team outing on the off day yesterday to downtown New York City. Had you been before? What were some of your favorite spots over the last 24 hours there?
I went last year when I was in high A with Aberdeen. We played in Brooklyn. I think it's fun. A kid from Alabama going to the biggest city in the world, so it's pretty cool. See the Empire State Building and things like that. I enjoyed it. Don't know how much of it I could take at one time, it's definitely fun to go to for a day or two.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
That's Ryan Watson here on the pregame show. We'll step aside, be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12.
Get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Back to TD Bank Ballpark this evening as we continue on with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Matt Zabatas with you from Bridgewater, New Jersey, as we're getting set for Game 2 in the 6-game tilt between Bowie and Somerset. Let's run you quickly through the starting lineups ahead of this one as Somerset prepares to take the field. Baysox, he's at second base today. He's on such a great run here in his first taste of AA. 6 games through, he's batting .391. He's gotten at least one hit in all 6 games to boot. Norby so far is 8 for 23. 4 of those 8 hits have gone for doubles. Could really use some of those right now as Bowie wants to break out after being shut out yesterday. Colton Cowser will follow up. He's in center field, and then Cesar Prieto is at third, batting third. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, plays fourth. So that's 1 through 4 remaining the same for the Baysox, while Hudson Haskin will finally re-enter the lineup. He's going to be in left field today, batting fifth. Haskin has actually not played since the second for the Baysox. That was back when he got replaced by Zach Watson about midway through the game. Then it'll be Maverick Handley back in, Andrew Dashbach, J.D. Mundy, and Zach Watson to round out the 9. We'll step aside one final time here on the broadcast. When we come back, we've got first pitch and all the play-by-play. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4860.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from TD Bank Ballpark. It's Game 2 of this 6-game series between the Somerset Patriots and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Zabatas with you from Bridgewater, New Jersey. And as Randy Vasquez warms on the mound for the Patriots, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at second base, you've got Connor Norby, followed by Colton Cowser in center field, batting second. Cesar Prieto is at third base. He bats third. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, bats fourth. Hudson Askin in left field bats 5th. Maverick Handley, the catcher, 6th. Andrew Dashbach, the DH, bats 7th. J.D. Mundy at first base, 8th. And Zach Watson in right field bats 9th. The Baysox, they're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen, video coordinator, Lindsey Birchfield, and Blake Wooten are the athletic trainers. Bowie is 32-44 on the season, a one-game losing streak, 5-2 in the second half. And once more, that lineup for the Baysox, you've got Norby, Calzieto, Ortiz, Haskin, Hanley, Dashbach, Mundy, Watson, all to face off against Randy Vasquez on the mound. TD Bank Ballpark here in Bridgewater, 315 feet down the line to right field, 317 to left field, 402 feet to straightaway center. Deepest part of the ballpark, right center, is 415 feet away. As Vasquez works out of the stretch, third base side, steps back, kicks high, and fires on the first pitch to Connor Norby. It's flared to right field, a base hit, and we're underway at 7:06 p.m. on an 83-degree, mostly cloudy day here in Bridgewater. Norby leads off with a single. He's got hits in all 7 of his AA games, and including his time spent with Aberdeen before his promotion, has now collected hits in 10 consecutive games after attacking on the first offering here this evening. And now left-hander Colton Cowser will dig in. The Baysox were shut out on Monday, had Tuesday off, played on Monday to celebrate the 4th of July holiday, and then had Tuesday off to, get the usual off day. Time called just as Vasquez was beginning his windup and delivery. I think Cowser may have lost a contact lens. He's leaned over and holding his hands up against his eyes. The athletic trainer for the Baysox, Lindsey Birchfield, is on the back edge of the warning track, top of the steps, and now Cowser has taken his helmet off. He's not gestured for Birchfield to come over, and now he has. Nope. Now she's going to ask for, I believe, either a contact lens or just some sort of water to help wipe off whatever the issue currently is with Cowser. But Vasquez was starting his delivery right when Cowser had called for time. I'm not sure if he had shouted out or something. I believe it's some saline solution that she's given him. No, it's just some water. So he's just washing out his eyes with the water at this moment, almost as if it's a chemical bath classroom back at school, where you just pour the water into your eyes to flush them out a little bit faster. But Cowser must have cried out or something just as Vasquez was preparing to deliver the pitch. Now, I didn't see the home plate umpire grant the time when Cowser had done that. But Vasquez obviously didn't throw the pitch. He just stopped very quickly. So we will start out as a no pitch there. Here's the first offering finally to Colton Cowser. It misses high, a breaking ball. So 1-0 to start on the left-hander. Cowser hitting .294 with Bowie, an 1,100 OPS in 6 games. A double, no triples, a homer, 3 runs batted in, an even split at 7 strikeouts and 7 walks. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball fouled off left side, and the count runs even at 1 on Colton Cowser. Cowser went 0 for 4 on Monday. He struck out twice. He's not actually put together back-to-back games of any kind of streak yet since joining Bowie. It's been 1 on, 1 off. You'd get a hit or 2 in one game and then go 0 for in the next game, and then right back to the journey after that. Next pitch, sliced foul into the Baysox dugout left side. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Left-hander digs back in, toes on the front of the box. Facing home plate as the 1-2 comes home, and Cowser knuckles it softly out toward left field. It falls in for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Baysox to open up the first inning. Cowser now has hits in 2 of his last 3 games. Just as I had mentioned, after going 0 for yesterday, he cycles back in to collect hits today. And now the Baysox have a big opportunity to see that shutout streak end at just 1 game, not have it extend anywhere else. As Cesar Prieto will dig in, back-to-back left-handers in the lineup for Bowie. 2 of the 3 in the starting 9. J.D. Mundy batting 8th is the other one. as Prieto is hitting .279 this season with a .704 OPS in 36 games. First pitch, he takes after it, and it lifts out toward right center field. That one falls in for a base hit. Kyle Moore waves the sign. Dunham fields it, fires home, and it's late. An RBI single for Cesar Prieto, and after 3 batters, the Baysox have 3 singles and a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Not really any of these have been very hard hit, but they're seeing them properly, attacking them early, and making the best out of them that they can. As Prieto now has hits in 3 of his last 4 games and 16 RBI on the season, the Baysox jump ahead after coming up empty yesterday. Here's Joey Ortiz, first and second, still nobody out in the top of the first inning. Secondary leads from the base runners. First pitch, Ortiz watches curveball nick the top half of the zone for a called strike, and it's 0-1 to open. A .218 average for Prieto that has been steadily climbing, a .615 OPS in 68 games played, 13 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers, 31 runs batted in this season. Here's the next, 0-1, misses wide a fastball, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike at 95 miles an hour from Vasquez. His fastball can hover there. When he's feeling it, it can touch up to 98 at points. 3 straight singles to open the day for Bowie. They've got them at first and second here with still nobody out in the first. Next pitch, Ortiz fouls it off back our way. Oh, and it's off the fingertips. I almost had it. Almost. Could have gone viral, but the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Ortiz. Vasquez sets. He had Cowser to a 1-2 count 2 batters ago. Cowser's at second base now, the next offering. Ortiz pokes at it, slowly rolled over towards second base. They can only go to first. It's picked up by Jesus Bastidas and sent over to first base, where Ortiz is retired 4-3. The runners advance, and there's 1 out here in the top of the frame. Let's tell you about the defensive alignment finally for Somerset. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Brandon Lockridge, Blaine Perkins, and Elijah Dunham. Chad Bell is at third base. Anthony Volpe is at shortstop. Jesus Bastidas is the second baseman. Mickey Gasper is at first. And Austin Wells is the catcher behind the plate for Randy Vasquez on the mound. As Hudson Haskin steps into the box now, right-hander. First pitch in. Haskin takes a half swing and pokes it foul incidentally. The fastball was up and in. It got a bit of handle of the bat. 0-1 to start. Haskin, a .265 average, an .813 OPS in 60 games played. 15 doubles, no triples, 10 homers, 32 runs batted in. Big chance here, you get it out of the infield, and the Baysox have a 2-0 advantage. Cowser has wheels. As the 0-1 comes home, and Haskin watches fastball miss wide, it's 1-1. Randy Vasquez, a 6'1", 165-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Navarrete in the Dominican. International free back in 2018. On the season, he's gone 0-2 with a 2.73 ERA in 13 games all starts. The 1-1 misses away a curveball, and it runs the count to 2 balls and a strike on Haskin. 62 2/3 innings for Vasquez this season. He struck out just 60 batters, walked 21, and allowed 4 home runs. Opponents are hitting him for a .211 mark. First base plays in on the baseline. Rest of the infield straight up but deep. The 2-1. Haskin lifts it foul right side. Gets out of play, and it runs the count even at 2. Vasquez has put together some very strong starts this season. Only 1 of his 13 appearances this year has he allowed more than 2 runs, and that was a 4-run outing against Hartford at the tail end of June. Here's the 2-2 to Haskin. Swing and a miss. Fastball inside, and there's 2 away. First punch out for Vasquez, and now Maverick Hanley will step up. Your umpiring crew for today's game. Tanner Moore is the crew chief. He's over at third base. Kellen Martin is at first base, and Jen Powell is calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. So here's Hanley. Infield can play at a full depth now. Outfield can play a little deep. Don't need to worry about a sacrifice. First pitch. Hanley watches high fastball, and the count starts out at 1-0. 245 average for Hanley this season, a 793 OPS in 41 games played. 8 doubles, no triples, 6 homers, 25 runs batted in. Next offering. Hanley watches a called strike. Fastball finds the upper outside corner at 96. Run the count even at 1. Lights on here at TD Bank Ballpark. The 7:05 start time means they'd probably be on at the start of the game. Even with the cloud coverage, you've just got to be safe as the wind pushes softly out toward right center. The 1-1. Handley watches that same pitch. 95-mile-an-hour fastball dots the upper outside corner to run it to 1-2. And now Bowie in danger of stranding 2 on base. Vasquez sets out of the stretch, third base side, and fires the 1-2. Handley grounds it foul just up the third base line. Very slow roller as the count remains. Cowser at third had to play a little hopscotch to get out of the way of it. It's very funny, especially from the proper angle, watching a base runner try to avoid the baseball as if they're trying to avoid a horse. It's a small baseball, but they fling their body so wildly to just be positive it won't hit them. Another 1-2. Half swing, fouled off of the catcher. I think it got the bottom of the bat as it nicked Austin Wells' face mask and rolled over toward the Somerset dugout. Count remains at 1-2 strikes. It's a 19-pitch inning so far for Vasquez, trying to limit the damage to just 1 run after the Baysox opened with 3 consecutive singles. He looks in, comes set, holds at the waist, looking at runner at third. Fires the 1-2, and Handley reaches for a low curveball and rolls it over foul. That's a big difference in terms of the speed that Vasquez can bring to the table. His changeup can sit in the mid to high 80s. Curveball sits at the low 80s. Two-seamer can sit in the low 90s, and then the four-seamer in the mid-90s. Next pitch, grounded foul again. Handley early on the two-seamer there. Count remains at 1-2 strikes as the at-bat will see an 8th pitch. Second and third, still with 2 away. We ahead 1-0 here in the first. Third base umpire constantly shooing flies and gnats away as he stands near second base. The 1-2 pitch. Handley just nicks it. Got a piece back to the screen atop the catcher's mitt, and the count remains at 1-2 strikes. Yeah, I imagine a little bit of the soft rain that came through this area yesterday attracted a little bit more of the flies and gnats. Of course, plenty of marshlands around here. We've got a few of our own in the booth already. We wait on another 1-2 to Handley. Here it is. Curveball. Pop foul behind home plate and out of play. Plate appearance will extend into the double digits. And even if Handley does get put out at this point, if the Baysox do strand the 2 runners on base, he's accomplished a tough task in running up the pitch count on a quality pitcher early. Another 1-2. Swing and a miss on the curve. Down and away for strike 3. So Handley goes down swinging, back-to-back strikeouts to end the frame for Vasquez, but the Baysox do strike first. 3 straight singles, an RBI knock by Cesar Prieto, and as we move to the bottom of the first, it's Bowie 1, Somerset coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Well, the Bowie Baysox, an early run in the first inning, an RBI single by Cesar Prieto. And as we move to the bottom of the first, here in Bridgewater, Drew Rahm will try to blank the Somerset Patriots. The left-hander warms on the mound, and the lineup that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at shortstop, you've got Anthony Volpe, followed by Elijah Dunham in right field, batting second. Austin Wells in his Double-A debut is the catcher, batting third. Brandon Lockridge in left field, bats fourth. Jason Rosario is the DH. He bats fifth. Blake Perkins in center field. Bastidas, the second baseman, bats seventh. Mickey Gasper at first base, eighth. And Chad Bell in third base, bats ninth. The Patriots are the AA affiliate of the New York Yankees. They're managed by Dan Fiorito, assisted by Gerardo Casadiego, Jake Hurst, Aaron Bossi, and Michael Becker is the athletic trainer. Somerset is 47-29 on the season, 3-4 in the second half, and again their lineup is Volpe, Dunham, Wells, Lockridge, Rosario, Perkins, Bastidas, Gasper, Bell, all to face off against Drew Rahm on the mound. Third base plays in on the line as Volpe steps into the box. Right-hander hitting .247 this season with a .790 OPS in 69 games. Lefty Rahm stretches over the head, steps back, kicks high, fires the first home, and it's a fastball. Misses down and away, and it's 1-0 to start. 19 doubles for Volpe this season, a triple, 11 home runs, and 41 runs batted in. He hits better against lefties than he does righties this year. Here's the 1-0. Volpe watches fastball miss low, and the count goes to 2-0. Volpe led off yesterday's game by drawing a 4-pitch walk, stole second base and moved to third on an error on the steal, but was thrown out, dancing too far off of third on a fielder's choice. 2-0, grounded right to third, taken on one hop by Cesar Prieto at the waist. He charges and fires the first, picked at the chest by J.D. Mundy, and there's one away. Tell you about the defense for Bowie now. Got Hudson Haskin, Colton Cowser, and Zach Watson. Cesar Prieto is at third base. Joey Ortiz is at short. Connor Norby at second, J.D. Mundy at first, and Maverick Handley catches behind the plate for Drew Rahm on the mound. As Elijah Dunham digs in, left-hander hitting .256 this season, an .803 OPS in 61 games. First pitch, breaking ball misses down, and it's 1-0 to start. Rahm, a 6'2", 170-pound, 22-year-old left-hander from Cincinnati. Fourth-round draft selection in 2018 from Highlands High School. Fires the 1-0, and it's a curveball in there for a called strike, top half of the zone. Runs the count even at 1. On the season for Bowie, Rahm has been one of the best starters in the rotation, gone 4-1 with a 3.86 ERA. In 12 games, all starts. As the 1-1 comes home, it's flinched on, change-up under the knees, and the count goes to 2-1. 49 innings for Rahm this season. He struck out 61 batters and walked only 16. He's allowed 5 home runs, and opponents are hitting him for a .268 average. Shift on for the left-hander Dunham. The 2-1 pitch is grounded to the other side of the shift and through. Into left center field, past Ortiz at shortstop, and Dunham opens up with a 1-out single here in the first. He's now got hits in 2 of his last 3 games, as Austin Wells will follow. Rahm is coming off of one of his best starts of the season, his first 6-inning outing of the year, tied a career high, but he also set a career high by allowing 3 home runs to Richmond. Richmond has always seemed to have him at least a little bit when it comes to the power. First pitch to Austin Wells is a fastball under the knees. Count starts out at 1-0. But the fortunate thing for Rahm in last week's game was all 3 home runs were solo blasts, so he still finished with a quality start. 6 innings and only 3 runs. Bowie won 15-5. Here's the 1-0. Called a strike. Fastball in the upper outside corner, and the count runs even at 1. Austin Wells, recently called up from Low A Tampa. He had spent most of the season with High A Hudson Valley, but was unofficially rehabbing an injury down with the Single A Tarpons, as the 1-1 is sprayed foul left side. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Wells, the top catching prospect in the Yankees organization, was hitting .323 with a 10.04 OPS in 28 games with High A Hudson Valley. He had 7 doubles, no triples, 6 homers, and 16 batted in. Runner at first, 1 away. The 1-2 pitch from Rahm. Fastball skips in. Handley had it bounce off of his knee and roll slowly to the left side, but he sprints over to pick it. Dunham stays put at first base, and we wait on the 2-2 pitch now. Stolen bases are going to be key in this series. The Baysox allowed 2 stolen bases yesterday, but they did catch 2 attempted steals. It was a combination of Cody Roberts and Maverick Handley after Roberts left the game in the second inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, line drive right field. Watson runs in, has to hop up after he almost overran it, and makes the catch. 2 away. That was a good shot that hung up a little bit longer than Watson had anticipated, but there's 2 gone. Baysox in their alternate orange uniforms today. The black Bowie in block letters on the front side. Gray pants, black cap, orange brim. While the Patriots are in their alternate blues today. Silver Patriots on the front side. White pinstripe pants. And the all blue cap for them. As Brandon Lockridge digs in. First pitch home to the right-hander is a fastball in there at the knees for a called strike. It's 0-1 to open. Well, I talked with Kyle Moore pregame Monday about what the messaging and what the anticipation was going to be when it comes to dealing with these base running opportunities for Somerset. They lead the league in stolen bases, and he put a lot of the attention on the pitchers as the next offering is driven foul right side. Count runs quickly to 0-2 on Brandon Lockridge. He said, yes, it's very, very important and very, very helpful to have, in essence, two of the best defensive catchers in the entire Eastern League, and as a combined battery, probably one of the best in minor league baseball, especially for their age. But the pitchers need to hold on runners too, and it helps with Drew Rahm. He's very intimidating, especially as a left-hander. The 0-2 pitch, just fouled. Curveball inside that Lockridge just got a nick on, and the count remains at 0-2. 241 average for Lockridge this season, a 693 OPS in 59 games played, 14 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, 28 runs batted in. Dunham has been drawing a lot of eye contact in this inning. He's stolen 23 bases this year. He stays put as the 1-2 is bounced through the gap right side, a base hit. Picked up by Zach Watson and sent back to the infield as Dunham will stop at second base. Lockridge is back in the hit column after coming up empty on Monday. He's now got hits in 4 of his last 5. So tying run moves into scoring position as left-hander Jason Rosario will dig in. Rahm has pitched lefties great this year, a 210 average, 19 strikeouts to only 4 walks, but 2 of the 5 home runs he's allowed have been to left-handed batters. First pitch in, Rosario watches changeup miss down and inside, and the count starts out at 1-0. 222 average for Rosario this season, 699 OPS in 61 games played, 10 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in. As Rahm delivers the next, it's way high. I don't think his footing was proper on that one. Changeup didn't necessarily brush Rosario off, but it looked like it was coming in that direction as we wait on the 2-0 pitch. First and second, 2 away as Bowie leads 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Next offering, that one's in there. A fastball called for strike, inner edge. Run it to 2-1. It was a long first inning, of course, for Randy Vasquez. Needed north of 20 pitches, around 25. Drew Rahm at this point is at 19. Here's the 2-1 to Rosario. That one's in there. Changeup nicks the outside corner this time, and it runs the count even at 2. Rahm's got that very diverse mix. 4-seam fastball, the curve, the slider, the change, and a split finger. Not to mention the separate arm angle that he can come at you with. Bit of a side armor for the slider and the 2-seamer. The 2-2, check swing, and they go for an appeal to the third base umpire. He went. Rosario chases on a changeup down and away, and he's down on strikes for Rahm's first strikeout of the day. 2 singles for Somerset left stranded, and as we move to the second, Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
We'll get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at Baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
second inning here at TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater as the Baysox maintain a brief 1-0 lead. It'll be the bottom three in the lineup due up for Bowie as Randy Vasquez gets back to work. Andrew Dashbach, J.D. Mundy, and Zach Watson will bat as they've got a very delayed on-field promotion. It's Wolf Wednesday here, as many ballparks do on Wednesdays, and they had dogs, and their owners, of course, who leashed them, race around the outer edge of the infield, and they have not done enough of a job to corral them off of the field just yet. So they're still waiting for a couple of dogs to finally get off the field. The umpires are standing around, and the pitcher's standing around. Andrew Dashbach is standing around. Now they're finally off the field and have not closed the gate just yet. Now they have. Now we can get the first pitch in. Here it comes. It's a fastball called a strike, outside edge to Dashbach. It's 0-1. I imagine you might hear a little bit of chawing from the umpiring crew to the league office after that one. Here's the 0-1. Dashbach swings and misses on a breaking ball away, already 0-2. Andrew Dashbach, a 203 average this season for Bowie, a 722 OPS in 62 games. 7 doubles, no triples, 10 homers, 35 batted in. Next pitch, a slow grounder over to third. 2 hops, and it eats up Bell off of his wrist into left field. Dashbach will stop at first base. See how they rule that one. I imagine simple error, because it didn't look as if it took any nasty hops on the lip of the grass, anything other than that. If it is an error on Bell, it's his 5th. They give it a hit. Dashbach's not going to complain about that. He's got hits in back-to-back games now. It wasn't a rocket shot by any capacity, but hey, it's a single. And Bowie has the leadoff batter aboard for the second consecutive inning. And now here's J.D. Mundy. First pitch home to the left-hander is called a strike. We saw a bit of a generous inside edge of the zone for left-handers in yesterday's game when the crew chief Tanner Moore was behind home plate. We'll have to see how Jen Powell calls this one. Again, only 3 lefties in the lineup for Bowie today. As the 0-1 comes in, and Mundy watches fastball miss down. Run the count even at a ball and a strike. 220 average for J.D. Mundy this season, a 691 OPS in 50 games, 10 doubles, no triples, 7 homers, 26 runs batted in. As the Baysox lead 1-0 here in the top of the second. Trying to maintain the best record in the Eastern League here in the second half. As the 1-1 comes home, and Mundy thought about a curveball, but pulled back. It's called a strike. Top half of the zone, and it runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Shift on for the right-hander, but with runner at first, there's still a gap as the next offering is a curveball again, this time too far inside. You get a great view of the cars on I-95 out past left field. The 7 flags out in straightaway center, the large American flag in the middle, and then the 3 on each side of their Atlantic League championships as the 2-2 is rocketed to the right side. Through that gap I'd mentioned into right field, a base hit. Dashbach doesn't stop around second. He cruises to third as the throw comes in. It hits him off the helmet when he slides in, but it was well backed up, and Dashbach is fine to stay at third, but J.D. Mundy saw the ample opportunity and goes to second base. Heads up base running by both Mundy and the first base coach, Tim Dijon, as Bowie puts runners at second and third with nobody out here in the top of the second. So the umpires checked on Dashbach very, very briefly to see if he's okay. But boy, that's some great heads-up base running by Mundy and Dashbach. So Dashbach will advance simply on the base hit. Mundy will have the base hit, breaks him out of a 2-game hitless skid. It's just a single, and they should give him advancement on an error there. I can't imagine they wouldn't. That has to be an error on the right fielder, Dunham. Couldn't go to anyone else, but they've still not flashed an error up on the scoreboard. Because if that play was made cleanly, if it didn't bounce off of Dashbach's helmet, Mundy does not get to second base. That much is for sure. Whatever the case, Zach Watson is in. The middle infield does not play in. With nobody out in second and third. First pitch, he swings and misses on a curveball away. It's 0-1. Yeah, so they don't give Elijah Dunham an error there. I find that very interesting. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Watson. Breaking ball, this one called for a strike at the letters, already 0-2. A 200 average for Watson this season, a 595 OPS in 56 games played. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, 16 runs batted in. As Vasquez sets, fires the 0-2 pitch, and Watson bounces it right back to the pitcher. Vasquez turned and stared Dashbach back to third, but there was no one on the bag to receive a throw, so the pitcher sends it to first base instead, where Mickey Gasper retrieves. 1-3 put out, and there's one away. Runners stay put in scoring position. But now back to the top of the lineup where Bowie had that string of 3 consecutive singles to open the game. Connor Norby took the first pitch of the game into shallow right field for a single. Here's the first offering. Norby watches fastball called for strike in the upper outside corner. It's 0-1. Well, Norby has been a good run creator, but he's not been a good RBI man, as the next offering is a curveball, misses up and inside. Count goes even to ball and a strike. Norby only has 1 RBI this season. He's 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position, and his only RBI was on a ground out. Here's the 1-1. Here's a little poke over to the third baseman. It's a tough play, and they can't go home with it. It's scooped up by Chad Bell and sent to Mickey Gasper for the easy out. But Dashbox scores on the 5-3, and it's 2-0 Bowie. So similar to just what I was mentioning previously, Norby continues to come up empty in terms of the base hits with runners in scoring position, but he still does pick up the RBI, his second. And now it's runner simply at second base and 2 away for Colton Cowser. J.D. Mundy just hanging around right now. They put the shift on for the left-hander Cowser, who singled the other way his first time up. First pitch here is swung on and missed low, and the count starts out at 1-0. Well, I had given you some of the numbers on Vasquez earlier. This is already in somewhat rare territory for him. He's never allowed more than 2 runs in any of his outings except for 1. Next pitch is a line drive, shallow right, down for a base hit, and toward the corner, allowing Mundy to score. Cowser stops at first base as the throw gets sent to second, but it's a 3-0 lead for Bowie here in the top of the second on Cowser's RBI single. He's up to 4 runs batted in this season and already a 2-hit day for the left-hander, as the Baysox have already given Vasquez his second worst start of the whole season. It's only the second time all year he's allowed more than 2 runs, and he's only collected 5 outs. First pitch to Cesar Prieto is called a strike. Breaking ball on the inside edge, and it's 0-1 to start. Prieto singled to right field in the first inning to drive in the first of what's now 3 runs for the Baysox, as Vasquez continues out of the stretch, and he's got Cowser picked. Secondary lead as the throw goes to first. They've got him in a rundown now, 1-3-6, and there goes Cowser, picked off and caught stealing. So the inning is over, but the Baysox do tack on 2 runs. An RBI ground out by Connor Norby and an RBI single with 2 outs by Colton Cowser. Bottom of the second coming up. Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team-based lawn care program for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Bottom of the second here in Bridgewater as the Baysox lead Somerset 3-0. Drew Rahm back to work, getting some extra insurance from Bowie. He's already collected 6 hits today, all of them going for singles, but coming in good bunches early to make sure that Rahm has some padding. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 in the Somerset lineup to bat, starting with switch hitter Blake Perkins, his first appearance of the series as the first pitch comes in, and it's a fastball, misses too far outside, and the count starts out at 1-0. Perkins is hitting .217 this season with a .716 OPS in 56 games played. Rahm fires the 1-0, and it again misses up and away. That one on the curve. Count goes to 2-0. 11 doubles and 2 triples for Perkins this year. He's hit 6 home runs and driven in 22 runs. The next pitch, popped up foul. This one gets behind home plate. On the count to 2 balls and a strike. Perkins, when batting as a right-hander, does much better. A 280 average compared to just a 190 average when he's batting as a left-hander. Here's the 2-1 from Rahm. Single into center field. Line drive directly over second base. And Perkins opens with a base hit. First time today that the Patriots have started out an inning with a base runner. They did it plenty yesterday. Happened in 3 consecutive innings. The first 3 innings, they had the leadoff batter reach safely. But again, just a 1-0 loss for Bowie last night on the leadoff home run by Michael Beltre in the 3rd inning. I keep saying yesterday, it was Monday. That's what happens when you stick an off day in the middle of a series now. Here's Jesus Bastidas, first pitch. Blazing fastball called for strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. Bastidas, a 251 average, a 783 OPS in 58 games played, 12 doubles and a triple. He's hit 8 homers, driven in 28 runs. Next pitch. Here's a slow tapper to second. Potential double play ball. Norby scoops to Ortiz, on to first, but late. Such a slow roller, very tough to get that twin killing. But well executed by Norby and Ortiz on the front end because they really didn't have much time to work with. Perkins was blazing up the line. Fielder's choice goes 4-6, and there's one away as Bastidas replaces Perkins at first base. And now here's Mickey Gasper. The other switch hitter in this lineup does much, much better when batting as a right-hander. He's 271 overall on the year with an 885 OPS in 32 games. First pitch from Rahm is a pickoff throw instead to first. It's a little low at the ankles. J.D. Mundy didn't even move to receive it. He was just ready to take it. Runner had beaten the throw anyway without even sliding, so there was no issue. Gasper, 6 doubles, no triples, 4 homers, 11 batted in this season. Here's the first pitch. He watches it miss down and away, a curveball. Count starts out at 1-0. So when batting as a right-hander, the switch hitter Gasper is hitting .367 with 3 of his 4 home runs. He strikes out fewer than 10% of the time. That's all when he's batting against left-handed pitching. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball called for strike, dots the upper outside corner, runs the count even. When batting as a lefty, Gasper only hits .227 and strikes out nearly a quarter of the time. Major differences in those kinds of numbers. Here's the 1-1. Gasper, a slow poke over to short, picked up by Ortiz and underhanded to second for 1, back to first for 2. Second chance at the double play. This one successful. 6-4-3 and the inning is over. Rahm faces the minimum and sends us to the 3rd. Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Third inning here in Bridgewater as the Baysox lead 3-0. Cesar Prieto leads off for Bowie. The number 3 batter watches the first pitch in from Vasquez. It misses down and inside, and it's 1-0 to start. Quick movements here in Somerset as the Baysox hold on to the 3-run lead. The sun has started to peek out a little bit as the 1-0 Prieto is bunted foul third base side. He brought up the late square and couldn't get at a good high fastball. It runs the count even at 1. But the way this ballpark is situated and with how late they usually start games, the sun sets directly behind the ballpark, and it's normally helpful to start them late so the pitcher doesn't get sun in his eyes. The 1-1. Prieto rips it foul. First base side runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Ortiz is on deck. After Ortiz, it's Hudson Haskin and then Maverick Handley if any of the 3 on base or the 3 due up reach. Late shift put on for the left-hander. The 1-2 is sprayed the other way foul as the count remains. But again, it's been a good day for the Baysox so far as the wind does push a little bit out toward right field. Vasquez is already near 50 pitches as the 1-2 is a curveball that eats up some dirt. Run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Prieto, who singled to right field in the first inning on the first pitch he saw to drive in a run. He was at the plate in the second inning with runner at first and 2 away, but Colton Kauser was picked off and caught stealing second base. Next pitch, lifted foul. Out to the left side, and the count remains even at 2 on Prieto. The clouds now starting to cover the sun yet again as the 2-2 is swung on and missed, down and inside for strike 3. Just the 3rd strikeout so far for Randy Vasquez today, and now here's Joey Ortiz. Ortiz saw a 1-2 pitch back in the first inning and grounded it slowly to second base. It was a productive out because it eventually pushed Colton Kauser to third base. Bowie nearly brought him in as the first pitch in. It's called a strike, down and away. Count opens up at 0-1. Here's the next. Ortiz, a late swing, lifted out towards shallow left, but on a line. It holds up just enough for Brandon Lockridge to reel it in. So suddenly 2 gone, and now here's Hudson Haskin. You know, we've had some menacing clouds that just kind of hover. They don't look too deep because you can see some of the cutouts between them into the blue sky above. And what does remain actually looks to be very far south of us. What's north of us is pretty clear and blue. First pitch to Haskin hit him. In on the hands, toward the handle of the bat as Haskin is hit by his team-leading 12th pitch of the season. It's the 5th time that Vasquez has hit a batter this year, and it puts 2-out runner at first base. Well, this is why Haskin fractured his thumb last season. He's just such a magnet, especially with the way that he stands at the plate. That's why he's worn just a couple of more pieces of protection when it comes to his left hand, the hand that's closer and more prone to getting hit. And now here's Maverick Handley, who struck out swinging back in the first. 52 pitches for Vasquez so far with 8 outs recorded. First pitch, Handley watches fastball miss high, and the count starts out at 1-0. So Handley came in yesterday as a late replacement. Cody Roberts nearly had an issue with his hand, so they took him out as a precaution, but he's okay as the 1-0 comes inside and hits Handley. That was the sinker. Moved too far up and in. Not sure where exactly it got him. Near the hands again. Handley is tagged by 1. And now the Baysox have first and second still with 2 outs. Now, Handley hasn't been as much of a magnet as Haskin, but he's been up there. That's the 8th time he's been hit by a pitch this season. 20th time in his career. So if you're going to hit 2 batters, those are the guys you'd put even money on. But now it sets up an opportunity for Dashbach, who had a single back in the second. Bowie leads 3-0. First pitch to Dashbach is a curveball fouled off back to the screen again and just over the screen. As the count runs at 0-1 to start. Already 6 hits for Bowie today, 3 in the first, 3 in the second, after only collecting 7 across the 9 innings yesterday. Vasquez kicks high and fires the 0-1. It's called a strike, low at the knees. So 0-2 on Dashbach, who went 1 for 3 yesterday as well. Baysox have not had an extra base hit since Zach Watson's 2-run home run in the 7th inning on Sunday against Richmond. 0-2 pitch, misses wide. Vasquez tried to get him to chase. Dashbach has not been a big chaser this season. He'll watch a lot of pitches. Vasquez looks back, runner at second twice, fires the 1-2, and Dashbach, well, now he chases. Curveball away for strike 3. Fourth punch out for Vasquez. He strands 2 on base. He put them both on by hitting them, but he leaves them. Bottom of the third coming up here in Bridgewater as the Baysox lead 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
That's right, it's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium on Friday, July 15th. Meet legendary actor and comedian Jimmy J.J. Walker, star of the 1970s hit Good Times, with a special VIP meet and greet package available. That's Friday, July 15th for Dynamite Night with Jimmy J.J. Walker at Prince George's Stadium. So head to Baysox.com right now to get your tickets and learn more. Don't forget about Superhero Day coming to Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. Meet your favorite costumed hero characters roaming around the ballpark and showing off their powers. And the first 750 fans, 13 and over through the gates, will get a Grayson Rodriguez Super bobblehead. That's Sunday, July 31st at Prince George's Stadium. Baysox.com for tickets. As we move to the bottom of the third, Bowie ahead 3-0. First pitch to Chad Bell is swung on and fouled left side. Count opens up at 0-1 on the left-hander. Third baseman today is hitting .238 on the season, a .760 OPS in 52 games. As Drew Rahm sets at the chin, drops to the waist as he steps back, kicks high and fires the 0-1. It swung on and missed low, went with the curve, and it runs the count to 0-2. 3 doubles, no triples for Bell this season, 11 homers. He's one of 4 Patriots with more than 10 this year. He's driven in 30 runs. As the 0-2 comes home, and it's popped up, foul, third base side. Hanley sheds, ranges toward the coach's box, called off by the third baseman, and Prieto makes the catch. Falling down onto his keister, he was practically in a full squat when he was leaned back to make the catch, but he got there. And there's quickly one away. That's one of the fun things about Cesar Prieto. I wouldn't even necessarily classify the way he handles himself as showboating. It's just a guy that's having fun out there. Reminds me of a player for Altoona last season, a guy who's been called up to the big leagues recently this year, O'Neal Cruz, an electrifying prospect who was just having fun. Back to the top of the Somerset lineup, it's Anthony Volpe, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses wide. 1-0 to start on Volpe, who grounded out to the third baseman on a 2-0 pitch back in the first. Here's the 1-0. Volpe watches high fastball miss again, and the count goes to 2-0. But that is one of the fun things about Cesar Prieto to watch every single day, and it's something that the coaching staff admits to enjoying too, just how much fun he's having out there. The 2-0, fastball misses up and away this time, and it's 3-0. So there's just been something about Bowie starters and dancing around Anthony Volpe so far. Here's the 3-0 pitch. This is high, a 4-pitch walk. So Volpe has seen 7 pitches today. Only one of them has been in the strike zone. Yesterday, across his 4 plate appearances, he saw a grand total of 5 pitches. Make that 6 pitches in the strike zone. 4-pitch walk in the first inning yesterday, a 1-1 single, a 2-1 ground out, and a 3-1 flyout. He's never been behind in the count, all series. First walk given up by Rahm, just the 17th this season, and now you got to be careful with him. 33 steals this year. First pitch to Elijah Dunham is called a strike. Fastball nicks the inside edge, and it's 0-1 to open. Dunham singled to left field on a 2-1 count back in the first inning. With the left-hander on the mound, we'll see what Volpe tries for. But with a left-hander in the box, that can help a little. Here's the 0-1. This is down and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Maverick Handley gave Rahm the assuring nod that you hit your spot on that. Just didn't get the chase. Here's the 1-1. Fastball in at the knees, called for strike, runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. They tried to break out the wave here at TD Bank Ballpark. It got to 1/2 of one section. That definitely did not work. Volpe at first, 1 away. See if he takes secondary lead. Stays put. The 1-2 is down and away. Handley had to go pull that curveball back, and the count goes even at 2. I mean, you can't really run a wave in most minor league parks. Some AAA parks that do have decent outfield seating, the 360-degree concourses, sure, but there aren't many of those. Here's the 2-2. Dunham just fouls it off of home plate.
Here's our next dog tag. 70%
Got too high on a mid-level changeup
on their holiday cards.
as the count remains. .42 pitches for Rahm. With 1 out in the third as Bowie leads 3-0. See what Volpe does. Stays put, the 2-2. In there, strike 3. Got him with a fastball in the lower outside corner, and Dunham is not happy with it. Gesturing a little bit about his frustration, but turns his back to the dugout. And now more just speaking out loud to himself and himself only. Second strikeout for Drew Rahm, first looking. And now with 2 away, here's Austin Wells. Back-to-back lefties. Wells flew out to right field in the first. Volpe stays put on the first pitch, and this one is driven deep to left. Haskin back to the warning track, but he has a beat on it and makes the catch in front of the wall. Would have been a questionable one at Prince George's Stadium, but here in Bridgewater, it's a routine flyout. And as we go to the 4th, Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectex and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Fans Cares around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every patient first has on-site labs, x-rays, and prescription drugs. Patient first. The name fits. Fourth inning here in Bridgewater as the Baysox lead Somerset 3-0. 8-9-1 in the Bowie lineup set to bat with J.D. Mundy opening. First pitch home from Randy Vasquez is called a strike on a curveball inside edge to Mundy. It's 0-1. Mundy singled to right field in the second, and on a heads-up base running play, got to second base as the next pitch moves inside too far, runs the count even, a ball and a strike. The throw went to third, and it bounced off of Andrew Dashbach's head, and Mundy used the confusion to go to second base. The 1-1 pitch misses high above the letters, in toward the elbows even, as it runs the count to 2-1. And that was such a smart play to help Mundy out in the advance to score, because he wouldn't have scored from first on Colton Cowser's single. Here's a slow dribbler foul, hits off of Mundy's ankle and sends him down onto home plate for a brief moment, but he's up and walking around the batting circle now as the count goes even at 2. After Mundy, it'll be Zach Watson, and then back to the top of the lineup in Connor Norby. Decent shift on for the left-hander. Mundy, a 45% pull rate as the 2-2 is sent the other way. A slow bouncer picked at third by Chad Bell. After shuffling to his left, he throws to first just high, but pulling it down, Mickey Gasper. One away on the 5-3 putout, and now on to Zach Watson.
Right to number 9, Zach Watson.
First pitch home to the right-hander. Called a strike outside edge, and it's 0-1. Watson grounded out back to the pitcher in the second. That was a tough one, as Bowie had runners at first and third with nobody out. Next offering, curveball bounced the other way, past the diving glove of the third baseman, scooped on the run by Volpe at short, and he gets it to first. A little bit up the line, and Watson was just not fast enough. Well-executed play on Volpe. Honestly, if Bell had even contacted that one at third, could have ruined the whole thing. 6-3 put out, and quickly 2 gone. Here's Connor Norby. First pitch fouled off back to the screen. One for 2 day for Norby. A single and a run scored in the first. An RBI ground out in the second as Bowie leads 3-0. The 0-1 pitch from Vasquez is a hard bouncer to second. Picked up at the waist by Bastidas. 2 bounces and he sends it to first. So all 3 infielders receive it. All 4 infielders involved in the fourth. A 1-2-3 inning with 3 groundouts. Bottom of the fourth coming up here in Somerset as Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, it's a busy day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 17th. Princesses and Pirates Day at the ballpark. Don your shiniest crown, wear your fanciest slippers or your peg leg and your eye patch as Prince George's Stadium transforms into a fun fairy tale castle and a swashbuckling ballpark. It's also Louie's birthday bash. Many of Louie's mascot friends will be on hand to celebrate what should be just a fantastic day at Prince George's Stadium. That's Sunday, July 17th, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Back into the fourth inning here in Bridgewater as Bowie maintains a 3-0 lead. Drew Rahm gets back to work for the Baysox. They'll face off against 4, 5, and 6 in the Somerset lineup, opening with Brandon Lockridge. Lefty on righty. And the first pitch in from Rom. Breaking ball lifted out towards straightaway center, fairly deep. Kauser backing up, still running, and over the shoulder, makes the catch. Braces up against the wall after a couple of steps onto the warning track. But a line out to center starts it out. Rom fine with the first pitch out, even if it is a screaming liner. Jason Rosario will step into the box now.
Number 2, Jason Rosario.
Rosario struck out swinging back in the first inning. They put the shift on for the left-hander. First pitch home from Rom. Misses high, a fastball. Count starts out at 1-0. 46 pitches for Rom so far. Most he's thrown this season is 90. It's actually happened in back-to-back starts. As the 1-0 comes in, it's a curveball, misses high, runs it to 2-0. Well, we're getting to that point in the season where it might become difficult for Bowie to get a lot of starting pitcher wins. The 2-0 pitch just misses above the letters. Breaking ball runs it to 3-0 on Rosario. Because inning limits are definitely a thing that the Orioles will use, and I can almost assure you that a majority of the starters have one. The 3-0, swung on and missed high, a fastball. Count goes to 3-1. And I'm not saying I have any inside knowledge to it. I'm just saying this based on someone who's worked in multiple organizations that employ some of these advanced analytics and these philosophies on pitcher arms and taxing. The 3-1, grounded over to the right side, picked up by Norby on 2 bounces. Shuffles with the charge and sidearms it easily to first base. A 4-3 putout is the second out of the 4th. And now here's Blake Perkins. Because remember, Drew Rom is still only 22 years old. He's recently added on a lot of additional muscle. Not that it's necessarily affected him some, but it's a lot of factors to take onto a body that top brass in Baltimore wouldn't want to lead to an overtaxation of a young arm that could be critical in the rotation in the future. Home plate umpire called for time as Rom was getting set to deliver because they hadn't stopped the music yet. Can't have that playing while there's a pitcher warming. First pitch to Blake Perkins is popped up, shallow right. Long run down for Zach Watson, but Connor Norby is backing out, and it's Norby, the second baseman, to make the catch. Well, innings like that will always help out a pitcher en route for a win as Bowie leads 3-0 on a 3-up, 3-down frame by Rom. 5th inning coming up here in Bridgewater as the Baysox lead by 3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Well, it's always such a great pleasure to have you along to the broadcast each and every night. Matt Sabatis with you from TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater. Thank you so much for joining this evening because you picked a good one. The Baysox lead Somerset 3-0 as we move to the top of the 5th. Colton Kauser will lead off for Bowie, and the first pitch to him is called a strike on an inside fastball. It's 0-1. It'll be Kauser, Cesar Prieto, and then Joey Ortiz as Randy Vasquez on for Somerset. He's locked in after allowing the 3 runs over the first 2 innings with 6 hits. Next pitch misses down, and it runs even at 1 on Kauser. Since the start of the third inning, Vasquez has only allowed 2 base runners, and they were both hit by pitches. Hit Hudson Haskin and Maverick Handley in a span of 3 pitches, but not allowed any other base runners between the third and fourth. He waits and fires the 1-1 to Cowser, and it's driven high and deep to center. Perkins running a long way back, and he's got no chance. Colton Cowser says goodbye. His second Double-A home run is a monster shot here in the 5th, and the Baysox lead 4-0. That one was a bullet. Cleared the second level of the signage here at TD Bank Ballpark. No TrackMan at this facility, but I could give you a rough estimate and say well over 410 feet as Cowser demolished that thing. He's got a 3-for-3 day. That's the 5th home run that Vasquez has allowed this season. And the first pitch to Cesar Prieto is grounded to first, under the glove of the first baseman, picked by the second baseman Bastidas, and sent to the quick pitcher covering. Vasquez had great reaction time on that one. Prieto is eliminated on the very rare 4-1 putout, and now Joey Ortiz will step up. Total of 4 pitches in this inning, and we've already seen just a lot of hard hit balls. Ortiz definitely needs to join in on this one. Had a good line drive back in the third inning, but it was caught in left field. As the first pitch comes in, it misses down and away for a ball. Start the count out at 1-0 on Ortiz. Next offering, breaking ball, called a strike in the upper outside corner. And I'd said this previously, the way that this ballpark has been constructed, the bullpen for Somerset is obstructed. Next pitch, called a strike in the lower outside corner, runs it to 1-2. You can see the Baysox bullpen clear as day because it's in play, just in the left field corner. The 1-2 pitch, Ortiz drills it to left. Lockridge ranging back and has it read. In front of the warning track, he pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
And that's the pop fly of the game. This summer, the Patriots and the New Jersey Department of Agriculture want you to take a swing at spotted lanternflies.
Now here's Hudson Haskin.
Bugs harm our trees and crops. Join the battle, beat the bug. To learn more, visit badbug.nj.gov. Left fielder, 10, Hudson Haskin.
First pitch home, misses down to Huddy, and the count starts out at 1-0. Haskin 0 for 1 on the day, got hit by a pitch. As the next is driven high but foul, third base side, out to the corner, runs the count even in a ball and a strike. Bases empty, 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning as Bowie leads 4-0. Their first extra base hit of the series, a big one. 1-1 pitch comes into Huddy, and it's swung on and missed inside. Run the count to a ball and 2 strikes on that fastball. So if there is a body loosening in the Somerset pen, I can't necessarily see it. It's obstructed by stands and out of the field of play, unlike the Baysox bullpen. As the 1-2 pitch comes in and Haskin watches it skip low and away. Vasquez had actually sprinted down from the mound for a brief moment before realizing there was no one on base. And Haskin didn't swing at it, so it just runs the count even at 2. Well, it's Bark in the Park night here at TD Bank Ballpark, and I have spotted a corgi, so I'm feeling better. Big fan of corgis. Here's the 2-2 to Haskin. Breaking ball, smashed foul. Much too early on that curveball and just hammered it into the left field corner as we wait on another 2-2. Vasquez kicks and deals. That one bounces in again as Haskin lays off. Runs the count full. First full count that Vasquez has actually dealt to today. Opponents hitting him just 190 this season on full counts, but he's walked more batters than he's struck out. 7 against 9. Here's the payoff to Hudson. Soft liner, center field base hit. Over the leaping glove of the shortstop Volpe, and now Haskin is singled. He's got hits in 5 of his last 6 games for Bowie after going 0 for back against Richmond a few days ago. And now here's Maverick Handley as the inning extends. I'd imagine if Handley reaches, we might see a pitching change. He's 0 for 1 in the day, was also hit by a pitch. Here's a pickoff throw. Haskin slides back in safely with no tag. We'll wait on the first offering to Handley. There are some chances to maybe get small glimpses of bodies in the bullpen for Somerset from the obstruction, but I just can't see anything. First pitch to Handley. This one's driven high and deep to left. Lockridge running back, spinning around on it, and it's over his head, bounces off the wall. Haskin will go first to third and stop there as the ball returns to the infield. Handley picks up his 9th double of the season with a well-struck line drive, and the Baysox still in business here with 2 outs in the 5th. They collect 2 hits and have them at second and third for Andrew Dashbach. Up to 83 pitches as his ERA has climbed north of 3 for probably the first time this season. And it's going to lead to a mound visit. The manager, Dan Fiorito, is out. Are we getting the switch? Because this is the first mound visit of the inning. So Vasquez can maybe plead his case. But it being Fiorito, I'd have to imagine he makes the hook. He's not made a point just yet. Hasn't asked for the ball. They're just chit-chatting on the mound for now. The infield is, of course, brought in as well. Gives us a chance to tell you about On the Green. On the Green Incorporated is celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs. Guaranteed results for residential and commercial lawns. They can turn your sandlot into something lush, resembling the ballpark greens of Prince George's Stadium. Mention this ad and receive a discount on your first lawn care or pest control service. Enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Inc. by going to onthegreeninc.com or calling 410-695-0444. So Vasquez will remain in the game as Andrew Dashbach steps in. Right-hander is 1 for 2 on the day with a single to third in the second. He struck out in the third. First pitch, fouled off. Breaking ball down and inside, and it rolls over toward third base as the count opens up at 0-1. Leadoff home run by Colton Cowser here in the 5th inning, then 2 quick outs, followed by a single by Haskin, double by Handley. Bowie leads 4-0. Trying to increase the 0-1. Down and away. Dashbach watched it the whole way through as the count runs even at 1. Vasquez holds ball behind his thigh on the left side, brings them set at the waist, and fires the 1-1 to Dashbach. It's swung on and missed. A changeup away. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Next offering from Vasquez. We'll have to wait for as he steps off the back of the rubber. One of the things I like best about Andrew Dashbach, his consistency. Any split you really run him through, he doesn't stray too far away from his overall numbers. Lefties, righties, runners on, runners off, doesn't matter. The 1-2, fouled off right side, and the count remains. Really the only thing that Dashbach does just much worse than his season averages is that fun full count stat that I've mentioned, that he doesn't have a single base hit on full counts this year. That's the only issue. Everything else, though, he's been a staple of consistency. Another 1-2 pitch. Dashbach swings and misses on a fastball outside at 96 miles an hour. So the inning is over on Vasquez's 5th strikeout, but the Baysox do add on 1 more. A massive leadoff solo home run by Colton Cowser, his 2nd at AA. And as we're halfway home here in Bridgewater, it's Bowie 4, Somerset nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Well, it's the most special day of the year at Prince George's Stadium, and it comes your way Friday, July 29th. It's the 23rd Navy Night, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 and take in the Baysox as they face off against the Altoona Curve. It all comes your way on Friday, July 29th, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 with some fantastic post-game fireworks. The 23rd Annual Navy Night at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning in Bridgewater as the Baysox maintain a 4-0 advantage. Drew Rahm, an opportunity to set himself up for a win as he faces 7, 8, and 9 in the Somerset lineup to start, with Jesus Bastidas opening it up. Lefty on righty as Bastidas reached on a fielder's choice in the second. First pitch, up and away. A fastball skips off of the glove of Maverick Handley and rolls back to the screen. Count will open up at 1-0. After Bastidas, it's the switch hitter Mickey Gasper and then the left-hander Chad Bell, as Rahm has a big opportunity to make himself a winner for the 3rd consecutive game. Shift on for the right-hander. Next offering, popped up in the shift, but straight up the chute, and now tailing with the wind back behind home plate where Maverick Handley ranges and makes the catch, probably only about 15 feet away from his spot behind the dish. So a quick pop out into foul territory. And now here's Mickey Gasper, who hit into a double play back in the second inning. Well, it's not been a strikeout kind of day for Drew Rahm, but that's okay. So much of the contact he's allowed has been weak. Really only one batted ball that I can recall was well struck. First pitch is going to have to wait. Gasper calls for time. It was Brandon Lockridge, first pitch of the 4th inning. He smoked it out to center, but it was caught on a line. First pitch here by Mickey Gasper, misses down and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Gasper hit into a double play in the second inning, well turned by the 2 middle infielders and J.D. Mundy at first, as the 1-0 pitch comes in, and it just misses away at the letters. Run the counts at 2-0. But it is an interesting day for Drew Rahm and his relationship with the strike zone. He'd struck out at least 5 batters in 4 consecutive outings. Next, inched that one just a little bit closer, still at the letters, and found the edge of the zone to run it to 2-1. Drew Rahm had struck out 7 batters in back-to-back starts coming into today. As the 2-1 comes in, and it's in there. Curveball finds the lower inside corner this time, 2-2. But with all the woes that Bowie pitching has had, you can tell a lot of these guys are just fine to go in and get the out sometimes if it's not working perfectly. The 2-2 pitch misses down, and the count runs full. I believe this is the first full count that Rahm has worked to all day. Opponents hitting just .095 against him on full counts. Here's a sprayed shot foul into the netting right side. Count remains full. Yeah, opponents .095 against Rahm on 12, walked 8. Bases empty, 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. Bowie ahead 4-0. Rahm shakes off one, steps back, and fires the 3-2. Here's a line drive into center. Kauser sprinting down, and he can't get there. It falls in front, and Gasper collects the single. He's got hits in 2 of his last 3 games. That's the first base hit for Somerset since Blake Perkins led off the second inning with a single. And now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be left-hander Chad Bell.
Third baseman number 23, Chad Bell.
Left-hander popped out to the third baseman in foul territory in the 3rd. He's only hit into 1 double play this season, but grounds out more often than he flies out. First to the upper outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 to start from Rahm. as the Baysox are well content with the way that their left-hander is dealing right now. He's only at 61 pitches. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and away. It's 0-2. Some fun happenings over at the Diamond in Richmond as well. Squirrels have had a very historic last couple of weeks, clinching the first half title a week and a half ago. They're in the midst of a no-hitter against Reading. Top of the 6th in that contest. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Bell just went waving at a slider he had no business even sniffing. That's the 3rd strikeout for Drew Rom today. 2 away, and it goes back to the top of the lineup for Anthony Volpe. Volpe 0 for 1. First pitch home. Called a strike. Dots the lower inside corner. And this is the first time all series that Anthony Volpe is behind in the count. He has seen so many balls outside of the zone over this first day plus. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bounced foul, third base side. Well too far ahead on the changeup, and it's already 0-2. And this has been a well-executed game for Drew Rom in terms of holding the runners on base, too. His timing has not been consistent in any capacity for runners to try and get a jump on him. Of course, yes, him being a left-hander does help, but it's not as if he's been without base runners. He's been holding them all on. There hasn't even been an attempt. Here's the 0-2. Line drive shot out toward right field. Watson reads it, steps to his left, and makes the catch. One out single left stranded at first, and Rom in line for a win now as we're through 5. Bowie ahead 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Still 3 more fireworks shows in the month of July on Saturday the 16th, Friday the 29th, and Saturday the 30th. Hope to see you there.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
On to the 6th inning here in Bridgewater as Bowie still leads 4-0. Somerset will be the first to dip into their bullpen tonight as the starter Randy Vasquez has to leave after just 5. It was an all-right start for Vasquez, but it was just death by singles and 1 home run. 5 innings for Vasquez. He allowed a career-high 9 hits. Only 4 runs, however, ties a season high in that category. He struck out 5, and he won. A run in the first, 2 in the second, and then a solo home run by Colton Cowser in the 5th has been the day for Bowie offensively. And now right-hander Steven Jennings will take over on the mound for the Patriots. Number 8 batter J.D. Mundy starts, and the first pitch home is a fastball called for strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. So Vasquez is in line for the loss. He would fall to 0-3 if the Baysox can maintain this lead. As the 0-1 pitch comes into Mundy, and it's a curveball, misses above the letters, and it runs the count even at 1. Mundy singled and scored in the 2nd inning, grounded out to third base in a perfect 4th. Here's the 1-1 from Jennings. floater out toward right center field. It's falling fast, but picked by Blake Perkins. Good run in to receive it at the waist, and there's one gone. So Steven Jennings, a 6'2", 205-pound right-hander from Brush Creek, Tennessee, acquired by the Yankees on waivers from Pittsburgh back in 2021. The season with Somerset, he's made 23 appearances, gone 2-2 with a 4.86 ERA in 37 innings. He struck out 32 and walked only 9. He's allowed 5 homers. First pitch to Zach Watson. Here's a line drive to center, but right at Perkins. That one a much easier grab for Perkins. Didn't have to sprint for it, just slid to his right about a step and a half. So already 2 away, and now back up top to Connor Norby. Jennings had plenty of time with Altoona back in 2021. He actually made 2 appearances against Somerset last season. Allowed 3 earned in 5 innings. He's allowed 5 home runs this season, and the first pitch to Connor Norby is swung on and missed low. 0-1 to start. One for 3 day for Norby, but a single, a run scored, and an RBI. Next pitch misses down and away, and it runs even at 1. Singled on the first pitch of the ball game to right field. Grounded out to third base in the second to bring in a run, and then to second base in the fourth to end a perfect inning. The 1-1. Bounced past the mound. Tough play for the shortstop. Picked on a low bounce by Volpe and sent to Gasper at first in time. 3 quick contact outs for Steven Jennings, and we're on to the bottom of the 6th. Bowie still leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprentice. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Bottom of the 6th here in Bridgewater. Bowie ahead 4-0. Drew Rahm coming back out for a 6th inning. Been pitching efficiently right now. He's only allowed 4 hits, all 4 singles, and 2 of them came in the first. He'll face off against 2, 3, and 4 in the Somerset lineup on his 3rd trip through the order, starting with Elijah Dunham, the left-hander. First pitch home to Dunham is called a strike. Curveball hits the knees, and it's 0-1 to open. 1 for 2 day for Dunham. Singled to left field in the first, got to second base, and was left there. He struck out looking back in the 3rd. Matter of fact, Dunham is the only base runner to reach scoring position all day for the Patriots. Next spin, the count runs even at 1. Brandon Lockridge singled with 2 outs to push Dunham to second base, and since then, every runner that's reached has either been forced out at second or stranded there. As the 1-1 comes home, and it's grounded foul, first base side, run it to 1-2. After Dunham, it's Austin Wells, and then Brandon Lockridge himself due up, as the Baysox are trying to break out after falling behind 1-0 yesterday, 2 days ago. Goodness, going to keep messing that up. Fortunately, it's only going to last for 1 more day. As the 1-2 pitch comes in, and here's a soft liner up the line, first base side, it'll get down foul. I think that one might have gotten into the Somerset bullpen, as a matter of fact, as the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, it was the smart decision by minor league baseball to schedule the league-wide off day on Tuesday, just to make sure that everyone had a home game either on July 3rd or July 4th. but it's not going to stop me from messing it up. Here's the 1-2, grounded to second, taken high from an E by Connor Norby. He plants his feet, turns, and fires to first to get it there in time. A nice 4-3 putout, and there's one away here in the bottom of the 6th. As Austin Wells will step into the box, riding an 0-for-2 day. He flew out to right field in the first, and then to left field back in the third.
Look at number 16, Austin Wells.
Lefty on lefty, first pitch, Wells watches fastball miss low, and the count starts out at 1-0. Remember the top 100 prospect list in minor league baseball according to MLB Pipeline. Wells, as he swings and misses at a fastball up and away. Count runs even at 1. The Orioles actually made a recent addition to that list just after Adley Rutschman had graduated from it. As the 1-1 pitch comes in, it's called a strike in the upper outside corner. Count goes to 1-2. Jordan Westberg, our old friend, playing so well with AAA Norfolk, has been added as the number 100 overall prospect in baseball. Well deserved with the year that he's had. As the 1-2 comes in, and it's just pieced foul. Well too far ahead of the curveball Wells, and the count remains. Bowie ahead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning, as Rahm is trying to match a career-high 6 innings pitch. Would be his second consecutive start of firing 6 innings after not doing it at all through the start of this year. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Wells thought he had a chance at a curveball down and inside. He realized halfway through that there was no opportunity. 4th strikeout for Rahm. And now here's Brandon Lockridge as Rahm is up to 76 pitches so far. Still well under his season's high. They could send him back out for the 7th if they wanted to, if he gets through Lockridge quickly, but I don't see it happening. First pitch to Lockridge is swung on and missed away. It's 0-1 to start. Meanwhile, down at the diamond, the no-hitter has extended into the 7th inning for the Flying Squirrels. They're trying to blank the Reading Fightin' Phils, currently leading 4-0. Next pitch, high fastball to Lockridge, and the count runs even at 1. That's the same score we've got here, but there's no no-hitters. Bowie just leading Somerset by a nice 4-0 score. 1-1 on Lockridge, who's 1-for-2 on the day. As Rahm holds set at the chin, drops to the waist as he steps back, kicks high, fires the 1-1, and it's lined out to deep center. Kauser backing up on it. He's going to stop at the wall as this one exits. A line drive home run for Brandon Lockridge breaks the shutout. It's Lockridge's 7th of the season, but Bowie still leads 4-1. The solo home runs have clearly been just a small nuisance almost to Drew Rahm. They haven't been devastating because he has allowed 4 home runs in his last 2 starts now, but all 4 have been solo blasts. So now with 6 home runs, as a matter of fact, 5 of them have been solo home runs, including one of his 2 in his only other start with home runs allowed. That was against Erie. First pitch to Jason Rosario, misses up and away a fastball, starts the count out at 1-0. And just for some insurance, the Baysox do have some folks standing in the bullpen. I imagine Shelton Perkins will be the one to start throwing if we get to that point. As the 1-0 to Rosario comes in, and it's called the top half of the zone, count runs even at 1. 0-for-2 day for the left-hander Rosario. He struck out swinging in the first, grounded out to second base in the 4th. As the 1-1 comes home, and it's down and away, a slider runs the count to 2-1. Yeah, there's no action in the bullpen, just guys standing around. Is there even a catcher out there? I can't tell. Here's the 2-1. A flinch, called strike anyway on the curveball inside. Rosario just lost a lot of wind after that pitch came through. He realized he missed a big chance. Rahm looks for his 5th K. The 2-2 misses high a fastball. And it runs full. So the second full count that Rahm has worked today. Mickey Gasper singled up the middle on one just an inning ago. Bases empty, 2 away as Bowie leads by 3. The payoff pitch is fouled off. Curveball just high as Rosario got a piece of it. But you can tell with Rahm's day on the tail end, this is going to be his last inning no matter what. Just based on total pitches thrown and the score being what it is and the innings limits. He's speeding it up. The 3-2 misses down and inside for ball 4. Curveball just didn't locate well enough, and that's the second walk that Rama has given up today. And it extends the inning now for the switch hitter Blake Perkins. And here comes Josh Conway for a quick chat. Gives us a chance to take you around the Eastern League. Of course, the no-hitter that we've been discussing over in Richmond. Trenton Toplicar is on for the Squirrels. He came in the 6th inning, fired a hitless frame. He has an out in the 7th, but he has walked a batter, so there is one on base with one away in the top of the 7th. Richmond is 8 outs away from picking up the no-no. Meanwhile, Erie is running all around Harrisburg right now. They lead 7-0 in the bottom of the 8th at F&B Field. Harrisburg has only 2 hits. Altoona and Akron had an early game. They've been adjusting their start times now because of some curfews in effect in the Akron area. There's been some issues just politically and with police protests, things of that nature. So they played early. Altoona take down Akron 6-3. Portland ahead of Binghamton 8-4 in the 8th. Here's Rom is checked on. Fastball under the knees. They appeal to the base umpire on the check swing, but Perkins pulled back. Count starts out at 1-0. Perkins singled to center field in the 2nd. He popped out to 2nd in the 4th. One other score in the league. New Hampshire leads Hartford 5-1 in the 5th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball left side toward the gap. Diving play by Ortiz, but he can't go anywhere with it. Had to run a long way just to keep it from sneaking into left field. And all that does is keep Jason Rosario from advancing to 3rd. But it does continue to extend the inning. After 2 quick outs, it's been solo home run, full count walk, and now infield single for Blake Perkins, his 2nd hit of the day. And now a tough situation as Jesus Bastidas represents tying run. He's got 8 homers this season, but he's 0 for 2 today. Lefty on righty, and the first pitch bounces in. Curveball starts the count out at 1-0 as Rom is at 89 pitches. The next one will match a season's high of 90. Well, the Baysox have Connor Loprich warming in the bullpen. You want him to come in at the start of the inning because he can take you for a while. Here's the 1-0. Misses up and away a fastball, counts at 2-0. But if Rom loses Bastidas, that'd be difficult. You could still go up against Mickey Gasper, but it would still be bases loaded, and that'd be tying run at first. It all depends. Here's the 2-0. Fastball misses inside, and it's 3-0. So Rom is at a season's-high pitch count now. His career high is 99. That was all the way back in 2019 when he was pitching with Delmarva. The 3-0 pitch. Popped up foul, right side, and it's going to get out of play. Runs the count to 3-1. Bastidas reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd and popped out into foul territory. Back in the 5th. You want that here. But a hitter's count with 1st and 2nd, 2 away. Bowie ahead by 3. The 3-1 pitch. Line drive, left field, base hit. This could score a run as Haskin picks it. The go sign is on, the throw comes in, and it's going to be cut off. An RBI single for Jesus Bastidas. Makes it 4-2. Bowie still ahead, but the situation remains. 1st and 2nd, 2 away. Bastidas now has hits in 6 consecutive games. 29 runs batted in this season. And Rom is done. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate for Drew Rom. He was so close to getting out of the inning. But now Kyle Moore is coming out, and he'll make the switch to Connor Loprich. So Rom is still in line for the win, but it all hinges on Loprich stranding these base runners. We'll tell you about him in just a second as we continue on with the bottom of the 5th here at the bottom of the 6th rather at TD Bank Ballpark. Bowie leads 4-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We return to TD Bank Ballpark as we continue on with the bottom of the 6th inning. Bowie still ahead, but a much closer situation than what it was just 4 batters ago. 4-2 Baysox with tying run at first base, an additional run at second base for now. But with 2 outs, all Connor Loprich needs to do is retire Mickey Gasper quickly and send us to the 7th. The line on Drew Rom is not yet final as the 2 runners aboard belong to him. He wasn't able to get that 3rd out here in the 6th. Finished with 5 2/3. Righty Loprich against the switch hitter Gasper batting lefty. First pitch misses high, a fastball, and it's 1-0 to start. 5 2/3 for Rom. He allowed 7 hits. Right now 2 runs, but it could jump up to 4. He struck out 4, walked 2, allowed a home run. Here's the 1-0 to Gasper. And it's in there. A curveball finds the inside half for a called strike, 1-1. The inning started out so strong for Rom. Ground out and solo home run, walk, single to drive in a second run and have them at first and second. The 1-1 pitch to Gasper. Breaking ball, curveball misses inside on a check. Maverick Hanley held it there, expecting the call. But it runs the count to 2-1. Gasper 1 for 2 on the day. Hit into a double play in the 2nd. Single to straightaway center. He was the only base runner in the 5th inning. As Loprich sets, but time is called. The home plate umpire didn't call time loud enough, and Loprich didn't realize that he had started his delivery, and Maverick Hanley had to jump up behind home plate to let him know. Loprich, a 6'3", 215-pound right-hander, traded over from the Pirates in 2020. Ready for a 2-1 pitch to Gasper. Here it is. Half swing, and it's poked slowly into center field, a base hit. 1 run is going to score. Over to third base is the tying run, Bastidas, and it's 4-3. Well, those ones sting. Intention of swinging at that pitch once he had realized. He just made some incidental contact on a high fastball and just lucked into a single up the middle. So now the tying run is at third base. That run charged to Drew Rom. And here's Chad Bell on an 0 for 2 day. Here's the first pitch. Popped up, out toward deep left, but in play. Haskin finds it, camps under it, and makes the catch. The inning is over, but we've got a ball game now. After Bowie entered with a 4-0 advantage, we go to the 7th with the Baysox ahead, just 4-3. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, You need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau night at the ballpark as the Baysox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk, chance to show it off? Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there. We enter the 7th inning here in Bridgewater. A much closer affair. Bowie leads just by 1 now as Somerset put on 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th against Drew Rahm and Connor Loprich. A 4-3 lead for the Baysox as Colton Cowser will try to maybe change that up. Steven Jennings continues in relief, and the first pitch to Cowser is knuckled foul off of home plate. Count opens up at 0-1. 2, 3, and 4 in the Baysox lineup in this half inning between Cowser, Cesar Prieto, and Joey Ortiz. Cowser 3 for 3 on the day, Prieto 1 for 3, Ortiz 0 for 3. They put the shift on for Cowser, but he's been spraying the ball well, has hit it to all 3 fields already this evening. As the 0-1 comes home, and it's a curveball bounced over to the right side. Long run for the second baseman, Bastidas. He has to loop the throw with a quick turn and gets it to first. High-level play there as Cowser is retired for the first time today. A 4-3 putout, and there's one away for Cesar Prieto.
Third baseman, 20, Cesar Prieto.
Prieto singled to drive in a run in the first inning. Hit it to right field in the first pitch he saw from Randy Vasquez. But since then, he struck out swinging and grounded out to second base. First pitch home to the left-hander. Misses high and away a fastball as the count starts out at 1-0. So the line on Drew Rahm is final. After Connor Loprich came in, allowed one inherited runner to score, but got a fly out to end the inning. Next pitch called a strike, in at the knees. Frustrates Prieto a tad, and the count runs even at 1. Here's the next. Swing and a miss. Prieto nearly swung through his helmet on that one. Fastball low. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the next. Bounce right back to the pitcher. One hop, and it instantly finds the glove of Jennings. He didn't even try to catch it. It just went right in. Underhands it to the first baseman in a 1-3 putout as Joey Ortiz will dig in. Now, whether or not that would have been caught towards second base, if it had gotten past the pitcher, who knows? Who can say? You really can't. But you would have at least liked the option. To have it happen that quickly, where you go one bounce on a ball that seems well hit up the middle and find its way directly into the glove of the pitcher. Well, I mean, that just seems like luck. The concept of luck is conspiring against you. As the first pitch into Joey Ortiz, misses down and away for a ball, and it's 1-0. 0 for 3 day for Ortiz. Bases empty, 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Next pitch. This is low, and the count runs to 2-0. So Jennings is usually good for a couple of innings in relief each day. 23 outings. He's fired 37 innings on the season. Right-hander sets, works first base side of the mound, and fires the 2-0 to Ortiz. It's a looping curveball up and in that nearly clipped him. Run the count quickly to 3-0. This is the first 3-ball count. Even the first 2-ball count that Jennings had. Here's the next to Ortiz. Called a strike, top half of the zone. Got in around the letters. Ortiz thought he was going to be getting ball 4. Sets up a 3-1 pitch now. On its way, popped up. Out towards shallow center. Plenty of time for Perkins to run down. He camps and catches. 6 up, 6 down out of the bullpen for Steven Jennings. And as we stretch, Bowie needs to lock down on the mound. They lead 4-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Pest Control Services, mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Bottom of the 7th in Somerset as Bowie leads 4-3. Top of the Somerset lineup due to bat here in the frame as Connor Loprich will come out for his first full inning of relief. First pitch in to the right-hander Anthony Volpe as the lineup turns back around is called a strike. Upper outside corner, it's 0-1. 0 for 2 day for Volpe. He grounded out to third base in the first inning, then flew out to right field in the 5th. He walked in the 3rd inning. Next pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball low, and it's 0-2. Didn't get much time to tell you about Connor Loprich in the last half inning when he had to come in and clean up a little bit of Drew Rahm. Much better for him to start an inning than come in the middle of an inning. That's always how it is for relievers. As the 0-2 pitch to Volpe comes home, and it swung on and missed in the dirt. That was a bad swing by Volpe. It hit the dirt probably about 3 feet in front of home plate. Loprich got him chasing on the earlier curveball. He wanted to see what he could get away with, and boy, did he get away with a good one. First strikeout for Loprich, 5th overall for Baysox pitching, and now on to Elijah Dunham. So Loprich has appeared in 15 games this season, gone 1-1 with a 5.86 ERA, 43 innings, 43 strikeouts, 18 walks. First pitch to Dunham is a fastball called for strike on the inside edge. Count opens up at 0-1. Dunham singled to left field in the first. He grounded out to second base to open the last half inning. As Loprich continually works out of the stretch and fires the 0-1, it swung on and missed down and away for a strike. Already 0-2. Austin Wells. As Loprich holds at the chest and finally delivers. Breaking ball misses down and in. First pitch out of the zone for Connor Loprich in this half inning. As Bowie leads 4-3, they need a lockdown outing from Loprich, and fortunately that's what Bowie has been able to get the last few weeks. The 1-2 pitch. Skips in again, a fastball, runs the count even at 2. Loprich is currently riding 6 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings. He hasn't allowed a run in any of his last 3 outings. And he's allowed just 1 run in his last 17-plus innings. He's the best reliever in the pen right now. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball just missed away. Runs it full on Dunham. So big chance here for Lopritch. The 3-2. Half swing and fouled off of Hanley's glove. He couldn't hold on. Just a little piece as it trickles away to the left side. Count remains full. Base is empty, one away here in the bottom of the 7th. Lopritch sends home another 3-2, and it's grounded foul. Hard up the first base line. Lopritch has tossed at least 2 innings in each of his last 2 appearances. And the only reason he didn't toss 2 innings prior to that was because when Binghamton was in town in mid-June, he just came in midway through the 8th. As the 3-2 again comes in, it's called strike 3. Got him with a fastball on the lower inside corner that Dunham thought was ball 4. He had tossed the bat and slowly walked up the line. When he realized it, he just kept walking, realized he didn't have anywhere else to go. Backwards K for Lopritch, back-to-back punch-outs to open up the 7th inning. And now here's Austin Wells. 0 for 3 day for Wells. They put the shift on for the left-hander. First pitch, curveball swung on and missed low, and it's 0-1 to start. Fly out to right field in the first for Wells, then to left field in the 3rd. He struck out swinging back in the 6th. As the 0-1 comes in, and it's popped up behind home. Handley sheds. He looks for it. He finds it, and he catches it. Just to the left side of the batter circle by about 10 feet. It's a perfect 7th inning for Connor Lopritch. Just what the doctor ordered. We're on to the 8th. Bowie leads 4-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
On to the 8th inning here in Bridgewater as the Baysox still maintain a 4-3 advantage. Back into the bullpen for Somerset as Stephen Jennings has called it a day. Right-hander tossed 2 perfect innings, did not allow, well, really anything. He didn't strike anybody out. It was just zeros across. No hits, runs, strikeouts, or walks. It's a very simple day. But it makes way for Barrett Lowski. First time we've seen him in this series. Face off against the bottom half of the Baysox lineup, starting with the number 5 batter, Hudson Haskin. Righty on righty. And the first pitch. Fastball hits the knees on the lower corner. It's called for strike 1. 0-1 to start on Haskin, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out swinging in the first. Got hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Singled up the middle in the 5th. Got left at 3rd base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball lifted over the 3rd baseman's glove into left field, a base hit. This one's rolling toward the wall, but it's cut off with a backhand by Perkins. Haskin still trying for second base, however, as the throw is a dribbler into the infield. Haskin gets to second sliding, an easy double for his 16th of the season. And the Baysox open up the 8th inning with an insurance run in scoring position. Big opportunity here for the next couple of batters, starting with Maverick Handley.
Catcher number 13, Maverick Handley.
Handley doubled to left field himself in the 5th inning. He got hit by a pitch in the 3rd. He struck out swinging back in the 1st. Righty on righty. And the first pitch home, Handley attacks it, but fouls it off right side. A line drive starts the count out at 0-1. Got to tell you a little bit about the new hurler on the mound. Barrett Lowski is a 6-foot, 170-pound right-hander, a 17th round draft selection in 2018. He's from Tulsa. As the 0-1 comes into Handley, a curveball misses too far away, and the count runs even at 1. Lowski on the season has made 21 appearances, gone 6-1 with a 2.76 ERA, 32 2/3 innings. He struck out 36 and walked 16. He's allowed 1 home run. 1-1, swing and a miss, fastball high, sends Handley down to a knee as the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes here. After Handley, it's Andrew Dashbach on deck for the Baysox, and then maybe J.D. Mundy. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball bounces in and gets back to the screen. Haskin goes to third base. As the ball got underneath the padding here, so it's a dead ball. But Haskin still gets the free bag on the wild pitch. And now the entire infield will play in with runner at third and nobody out. Handley just has to get it out of the infield, and Bowie has their insurance. 2-2. Skips in again. Handley lays off as this one's corralled easier by Austin Wells. Run the count full. Bowie hasn't had that many sacrifice flies on these kinds of opportunities, at least in the recent past. As Lowski sets, first base side of the rubber, and fires the payoff, Handley watches it down and in for ball 4. That's a tough plate appearance to manage, but Handley was able to read it well after falling behind 1-2, 3 consecutive out of the zone, including a wild pitch, and he draws the walk. It's just the first walk allowed by a Somerset pitcher today. Just yesterday, or make that Monday, Bowie had only drawn 1 walk as well. There's just something about the Baysox offense lately. They haven't been walking as much as they used to. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing. First pitch to Andrew Dashbach is a curveball called for strike in the upper outside corner. It's 0-1. But it would be helpful at points. Bowie was the most prolific walking team in the Eastern League for the better part of 2 months. Here's the 0-1. Dashbach fouls it off back to the screen as the count goes to 0-2. But the numbers have been declining. Bowie has been focusing more on the contact. They have the most hits in the Eastern League in the last 30 days. They've actually picked up more hits than they have strikeouts at the plate. And that carries to today, too. They have 10 hits. They've only struck out 5 times. But the walk numbers have been declining. Handley a secondary lead. The 0-2 misses. No, called strike 3 in the other batter's box. Dashbach is not happy. He's barking at the home plate umpire before finally turning and heading back to the dugout. That was an interesting call. Again, there's no readouts at this ballpark when it comes to the strike zone or maybe estimated distance and speed on batted balls. Just based on the eye test, compared to the way that this game has been called, that one seemed like a very wide give. As J.D. Mundy steps in, first pitch to him misses inside a curveball. It's 1-0 to start. Mundy a 1-for-3 day. Singled and scored in the second, grounded out in the fourth, flew out to center his last time up, and he pops this pitch up foul, third base side. It'll get out of play. Chad Bell gave it a range, but he'll stop about halfway to the fence as the count runs even at 1. Lowski nearly has Handley picked, and he did. Oh, Handley took the secondary lead, and he got caught. Well, this inning has just gone disastrous for Bowie after starting out with the early double and wild pitch. Perfectly timed by Loski to just spin it over to first, right when Hanley was taking his second step to second base. 1-3 pickoff, and after runner at third, nobody out, it's runner at third, 2 outs. The 1-1 to Mundy is a curveball that loops down and away to run the count to 2-1. This will be a really tough inning to deal with if Bowie can't bring at least one run in. The 2-1. Mundy reaches for a curveball and fouls it off of home plate. Count evens at 2. Again, fortunately for Bowie, Connor Loprich has been pitching very well. Had a perfect 7th inning with 2 strikeouts, but you still want the cushion. You never know how things could go. Zlowski sets. Fires the 2-2, and Mundy takes a wave at a breaking ball away. Just got a piece. Ball scampers back to the screen, and the count remains even at 2. Another 2-2. Mundy drills this one out toward right field. Dunham running on it, and it's over his head, bounces off of the wall. Haskins scores, and Mundy heads to second base. He slid, but he didn't need to. Nobody was on the bag. Mundy coming up clutch with a 2-out RBI double here in the 8th inning. Bowie ups their lead 5-3. A critical shot for Mundy. Unfortunate in its capacity that Maverick Hanley could have scored on that play, but it is still at least one extra run for the Baysox when that additional piece of cushion is plenty. 11th double of the season for Mundy, 27th run batted in. And now here's Zach Watson, who's 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch into the right-hander is a fastball, misses too far up and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Watson grounded out to the pitcher in the 2nd inning, then to shortstop in the 4th. He lined out to straightaway center on the first pitch he saw in the 6th. As Loski sets, the 1-0 on its way. Breaking ball finds its way into the inside corner for a called strike. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Late swing, breaking ball away, and the count runs to 1-2. Infield, outfield, straight up, relatively deep for Watson. As Loski looks back, runner at second, not being held on, and the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. A little bit in the dirt, but Watson stays put as the tag is applied. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Loski, but Bowie gets one more. 2-out RBI double by J.D. Mundy, and as we go to the bottom of the 8th, Bowie leads 5-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning here in Bridgewater. Bowie ahead 5-3. Trying to pick up the win after being shut out 1-0 on Monday. Connor Lopridge back in. The first pitch home to Brandon Lockridge is floated to center field. Picked up by Colton Cowser, and he receives it. 1 pitch, 1 out. And now here's Jason Rosario. Well, Lockridge had kicked off the 3-run rally for Somerset in the bottom of the 6th inning, knocking Drew Rahm out of the game before he could finish 6 innings in his second consecutive start. But fortunately, Lopridge was able to come in while he did allow an inherited runner to score. He's since retired 5 in a row. First pitch to Rosario is swung on and missed away. 0-1 to start. Rosario 0 for 2. Walked in the 6th inning and scored. He struck out swinging in the first, grounded out in the 4th. Mild shift on for him as the 0-1 comes home, and it's a curveball called for strike in the top half of the zone. It's 0-2. He steps back, kicks high, fires the 0-2 to Rosario, and it just misses. Fastball wide. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. That's been a very dominant outing so far for Connor Lopridge. Only twice has he thrown more than 1 pitch out of the zone. The 1-2. Late swing and a curveball down, and it's lifted out to shallow left. Haskins steps in, finds it, and makes the catch. Suddenly 2 away as Rosario is retired, and now here's Blake Perkins.
Number 5, Blake Perkins.
Well, it's been such a gauntlet almost for the Baysox over the last 2 weeks. So the way that they're playing is very, very promising. You just want to see that you get some confirmation of it today. As the first pitch to the switch hitter Perkins misses down. Count starts out at 1-0. 1 for 2 day for Perkins. Infield single in the 6th inning, he scored. Singled in the 2nd, but got forced out at second base. He popped out to second base in the 4th, and he pops it up here, left side of the infield. Prieto makes the catch in fair territory, just in front of the bag. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for Connor Lopridge. He's retired 7 in a row. And as we move to the 9th, Bowie leads 5-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. Well, it's a special Baysox Live happy hour on Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium. Along with the usual live music and beer specials from 5 to 6:30, it's also Margaritaville night out at the ballpark. Get your flip-flops, salt shakers, and Hawaiian t-shirts ready to celebrate cruise culture with Margaritaville night, sponsored by Bud Light. That's Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists, base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Ninth inning here in Bridgewater. Bowie trying to pick up a win as they lead 5-3. New pitcher on the mound for Somerset as the right-hander deals the first pitch into Connor Norby, but it's fouled off left side. 0-1 to open. The top of the Bowie lineup with Norby, Cowser, and Prieto set to face off against Carlos Espinal, taking over for Barrett Lowski, who only fired the 8th inning, allowed a run. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Norby. Line drive, right field, base hit, headed toward the corner. Norby an opportunity for 2 as it's dug out in the warning track by Elijah Dunham. Norby trying to hold on to the helmet as he sprints into second base standing. It's his 5th double here in Double-A, and for the 2nd consecutive inning, the Baysox have the leadoff batter reaching second base with nobody out. Bowie barely got that leadoff batter home in the last half inning as well. After Hudson Haskin had doubled, he moved to third on a wild pitch on the next batter. So it was runner at third, nobody out. But a strikeout Maverick Hanley was picked off, and it was quickly 2 gone. But fortunately, J.D. Mundy collected the 2-out RBI double to right field, bringing in Haskin. And now Colton Cowser, riding a 3-for-4 day, will try to continue. First pitch, swing and a miss, and a breaking ball down and away, and it's 0-1 to start. So the line on Barrett Lowski is final. 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run that was earned. He struck out 2 and walked 1. He doesn't factor into the decision. Starting pitchers are still the pitchers of record today. As Espinal sets, fires the next, and Cowser nicks it foul. Back to the screen on a fastball, and it's 0-2. So I've got to tell you a little bit about Espinal at some point, huh? Seems like the right thing to do. 5'11", 175-pound right-hander from Santiago in the Dominican. International free agent signed in 2015 by New York. Takes a heave as he splits the rubber down the middle and comes set at the chest, looking back runner at second. The 0-2 pitch to Cowser. Fouled off again to the right side, and the count remains. Espinal on the season has made 18 appearances out of the bullpen. He's gone 2-0 with a 2.15 ERA, 29 and a third innings. He's struck out 33, walked 11. He's allowed 3 home runs. The Baysox have right-hander warming in their bullpen, as Connor Loprich is most likely done. The 0-2 pitch to Cowser is up and away for a ball. So after 4 pitches, Cowser decides to lay off of one, and it was a good one. Run the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Based on the height alone, I can tell you easily that's Jensen Elliott in the bullpen for Bowie. He'll try and come in a save situation. If he's lucky, it won't be a save situation. As the 1-2 comes in, and Cowser flinches on a curveball down and inside. Good take as it runs the count even at 2. Because Bowie could potentially put on 2 more runs, make it a 4-run lead. No saves in a 4-run game. Can't get ahead of yourself now, however. As the 2-2 to Cowser is lofted out toward shallow right, but picked up by the second baseman, Bastidas. Pretty much about halfway between a soft line drive and a low pop-up, but Cowser is retired, and there's 1 away. Now here's Cesar Prieto. One for 4 day for Cesar. He singled to right field on the first pitch he saw in the first inning to drive in a run. First pitch. He watches a fastball called for strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Since then, he struck out swinging in the third, grounded out to second in the 5th, and then back to the pitcher in the 7th. Runner at second. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Prieto really tried to shorten his swing there. Got through the zone quickly, but was just a little too low on it. Already 0-2 from Espinal. Next offering to Prieto. Check swing, called strike 3. Fastball in the upper inside corner. Prieto points at the plate and shakes his head. Obviously the language barrier means he's not going to say too much. Well, that's the first strikeout for Carlos Espinal today. 8th overall for Somerset pitching. And now here's Joey Ortiz. Last chance for Ortiz to extend what's been a seasons-long 6-game hit streak. He's 0 for 4 on the day. A ground out, a line out, and then 2 flyouts. Most recently to straightaway center back in the 7th inning. Leadoff double still at second base, and the first pitch to Ortiz misses high, a fastball, as the count starts out at 1-0. So when Elliott comes in, Connor Loprich will be done. Well, he did allow an inherited runner to score. Retired 7 consecutive batters to end his day. It was a good outing for Loprich. Here's the 1-0. Ortiz pops a curveball up to the right side of the infield. Bastidas is there again, and he makes the catch. So 2 infield pop-ups, a part of Bowie's scoreless 9th inning. Leadoff double left stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the 9th here in Bridgewater. Bowie leads 5-3. Elliott on for the save. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning. microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
We're on to the bottom of the ninth here at TD Bank Ballpark. Always a pleasure to bring you along, as we do every evening. Matt Sabat is with you from Bridgewater as the Baysox are trying to wrap up a win, and even this series is won. And it's a 5-3 Bowie lead with a new pitcher taking over. Jensen Elliott will try for the save as he faces off against the bottom three in the Somerset lineup, starting with Jesus Bastidas. First pitch home to the right-hander is swung on and missed. Breaking ball down and away, and it's 0-1. Connor Loprich's day is done. Another great outing for him. He's now fired 4 consecutive outings without allowing a run. 2 1/3 innings for Loprich, 1 hit, no runs, 2 strikeouts, no walks. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled off the edge of the bat. The front end of the barrel as it trickles back to the screen, runs the count to 0-2. Jensen Elliott takes over, 6'6", 231-pound right-hander, 19th round draft selection in 2019 from Oklahoma State. Has Bastidas behind 0-2. Bastidas 1 for 3 on the day. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball misses down and away. Bastidas thought about it, but he had plenty of time to read it before laying off. Count to a ball and 2 strikes. After Bastidas, it's the switch hitter Mickey Gasper and then left-hander Chad Bell. The 1-2 pitch. Half swing on a curveball away. They appeal. He didn't go. That's the right call. Bastidas did get the barrel back in time as it runs the count even. Elliott on the season for Bowie has made 14 appearances, gone 4-2 with a 4.85 ERA. 26 innings, 15 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's allowed 2 homers. He has 1 save in 2 opportunities. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, another half swing, and they got him this time. They appealed to the first base umpire who rung him up here. Bastidas looks confused. He believes that he got it back just about as quickly as he did the previous one, but Elliott logs the strikeout after fooling Bastidas with the curveballs. He fed him 3 consecutive ones, and after Bastidas laid off the first entirely, he checked on the second and just could barely avoid holding up on the third. So now here's Mickey Gasper. Elliott needs 2 outs to wrap it up. First pitch to the switch hitter. Misses down and inside a fastball, and it's 1-0 to start. It's a 2 for 3 day for Gasper. RBI single back in the 6th inning. He singled up the middle in the 5th and was left at first. He hit into a double play in the 2nd, the 1-0. Fastball misses down and in, and it's 2-0. Elliott is coming off of a no decision against Richmond back on the 30th. He followed Rahm in that game, too, when he came on and allowed 3 runs, make that 2 runs in the 9th inning. Next pitch. Fastball called for strike in the lower outside corner. It runs the count to 2-1. But Elliott still struck out 3 batters in that 9th inning. He just allowed a trio of singles and a walk. Here's the 2-1. Curveball misses high, and it runs it to 3-1 on Gasper. You want to be careful, too. The 2-run lead is, of course, helpful, because if a runner gets on and Anthony Volpe comes to the plate, he could be a tough customer. Elliott sets at the back ear and fires the 3-1. It's a curveball driven high and deep to center. Cowser running back and it's way out. Solo home run for Gasper makes it a one-run game. His 5th of the season, and it's 5-4 Bowie. That's where the insurance is massive for the Baysox. You don't score that run in the 8th inning, and this game is tied. So now here's Chad Bell. They put the shift on late for the left-hander, and the first pitch is fouled off. Curveball on the inside edge, and it rolls back to the screen. 0-1. Bell is 0 for 3 on the day. He popped out to third in foul territory in the 3rd, struck out swinging in the 5th, flew out to left field in the 6th. Here's the 0-1. Changeup misses wide, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bell watches curveball miss up and away, and the count goes to 2-1. 13 pitches for Elliott so far. 6 of them have gone for strikes, and of those 6, 1 of them was a home run. Infield plays deep on the left-hander Bell. 2-1 pitch. Curveball bounced off of Elliott's glove, but it's picked up at short by Ortiz, sent to first. A good stretch by J.D. Mundy, and it's in time. A 1-6-3 putout. Any other pitcher for the Baysox, and it would be a routine 6-3, but Elliott at 6'6" had a chance to spear it. He was just a little too short. And I think he was more sunken down a little bit on the follow-through of his delivery to fully extend. If he had a chance to fully extend on it, he probably gets it and goes to first. But it's the second out of the inning, and it goes back up top to Anthony Volpe. First pitch. A fastball misses at the knees away, and it's 1-0 to start. It's an 0 for 3 day for Volpe, in danger of losing his seasons-long 12-game hit streak. As Bowie leads 5-4 in the 9th. The 1-0. Curveball away, and it's 2-0. Well, you don't necessarily blame someone for dancing around Volpe, but if you lose him, you've got a nearly equally dangerous hitter in Elijah Dunham on deck. The 2-0. Fastball high, and it's 3-0. And Elliott has had his trouble with the left-handers, highlighted by Mickey Gasper's solo home run earlier this inning. The 3-0 to Volpe. Away ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk. First one given up by Elliott today. 3rd overall by Baysox pitching. And that's tying run on base with winning run to the plate in Elijah Dunham. The Baysox have suffered 7 walk-off losses this season, including a string of 6 in a row between 2 of their 3 walk-off wins. And now as the battery mates discuss, here comes pitching coach Josh Conway as well. So the entire infield will come in as they want to discuss exactly how to pitch to Elijah Dunham, who's 1 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts and a single. Somerset this season trying to find their just in general walk-offs, and I'm not sure if they have it anywhere. They have walk-off home runs, yes, but that doesn't necessarily tell you every walk-off. Yeah, I'm not seeing any walk-offs here. So I've got no clue how many times Somerset has walked off this year. They have 1 walk-off home run. It was Anthony Volpe in the finale of the first half against Hartford. I know that much. Left-hander Dunham is in. The first pitch to him is called a strike. A slider hits the outside corner of the zone, and it's 0-1. Dunham singled to left field in the first. He struck out looking twice. Once in the 3rd, once in the 7th. He grounded out to second in the 6th. Runner at first, 2 away in the bottom of the 9th. Bowie leads 5-4. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball just misses away, and the count goes even at 1. Well, if you're Volpe, Do you try to steal here? Somerset hasn't attempted a stolen base all day, mostly because the left-hander Drew Rahm was on the mound. They didn't get a chance against Connor Lopridge. He didn't allow many base runners. The 1-1. Fastball misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-1. Of course, Volpe has the speed. Picked up a steal yesterday. Leads the league with 33 swipes. But he's got a short lead. They try the pickoff, no tag. Volpe walks back in pretty much. 2 balls and a strike on Dunham. Lefty digs in, slightly open stance. 2-1, swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and inside, and the count runs even at 2. Got to imagine Volpe starts taking off on these offerings now, as he represents the tying run here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Elliott sets at the cheek. Volpe stays put. The 2-2 just misses high, and it runs the count full. Maverick Hanley steps out behind home plate to direct traffic, as Volpe will get a head start here on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. There goes Volpe, the payoff. In there, strike 3. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again, as Jensen Elliott freezes Dunham with a high changeup and strands the tying run on base to earn the save. Bowie walks away the winners tonight, 5-4. A tense one here at TD Bank Ballpark, but a fun win for Bowie, and we'll recap it for you in a bit. We get started with Baysox postgame in just a second. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Sabanas.
Well, plenty to talk about this evening on what was a fun day for the Baysox, albeit plenty tense, as Bowie takes down the Somerset Patriots in Game 2 of the 6-game tilt, 5-4. We'll recap this one in depth. There was a lot of fun back-and-forth action. While the Baysox did lead wire-to-wire, it wasn't without the tension. And then we'll look around the Eastern League, see how the other teams in the circuit have fared, as Bowie, of course, with the win, will maintain their record as the best team in the Eastern League here in the second half. But first, we recap. So we take you all the way back in time to the faraway land of 7:06 p.m. when first pitch came home from Randy Vasquez to Connor Norby. And Norby wasted no time. The first pitch was delivered into right field for a base hit, extended Norby's hit streak to 10 consecutive games when you include his time with High A Aberdeen. He moved to second on another single by Colton Cowser, and Cesar Prieto followed Norby's suit with this first pitch single to give Bowie the instant lead. 36 games. First pitch, he takes after it, and it lifts out toward right center field. That one falls in for a base hit. Kyle Moore waves the sign. Dunham fields it, fires home, and it's late. An RBI single for Cesar Prieto. And after 3 batters, the Baysox have 3 singles and a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Prieto needed that hit, his 16th RBI of the season, but the Baysox would go down in order to follow that. In the bottom of the first, Drew Rahm took over and danced around 2 singles to strand 2 runners on and maintain the 1-0 advantage. As the game moved into the top of the second, it was back-to-back singles to open again, second consecutive inning for the Baysox, and that put runners at second and third after J.D. Mundy singled to right and advanced on the throw. That gave Connor Norby just enough cushion to pick up an RBI on this groundout. Here's the 1-1. Here's a little poke over to the third baseman. It's a tough play, and they can't go home with it. It's scooped up by Chad Bell and sent to Mickey Gasper for the easy out. But Dashbox scores on the 5-3, and it's 2-0 Bowie. So Norby was already off and running on the day. Colton Cowser followed up immediately with this. He's never allowed more than 2 runs in any of his outings except for 1. Next pitch is a line drive, shallow right, down for a base hit, and toward the corner, allowing Mundy to score. Cowser stops at first base as the throw gets sent to second, but it's a 3-0 lead for Bowie here in the top of the second on Cowser's RBI single. So after just 2 innings, Colton Cowser was 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and an RBI, but he was picked off to end the inning while Cesar Prieto was just standing in the batter's box. Not much happening there, but Bowie was up 3-0. In the bottom of the second, it was a quick single by Blake Perkins to open the frame, but Rahm worked around it thanks to a double play and faced the minimum. In the third, the only base runners for Bowie were 2 hit batters. Hudson Haskin and Maverick Hanley each got plunked, and they were both stranded as Vasquez picked up his 4th strikeout. Bottom of the third for Rahm, a 1-out walk left stranded at first, and in the 4th inning, the Baysox went down in order. Rahm matched it in the bottom of the 4th with a line out, a ground out, and a pop out, and in the 5th, Colton Cowser stepped up and increased Bowie's lead. He waits and fires the 1-1 to Cowser, and it's driven high and deep to center. Perkins running a long way back, and he's got no chance. Colton Cowser says goodbye. His second Double-A home run is a monster shot here in the 5th, and the Baysox lead 4-0. Big home run for Cowser. Again, no TrackMan readouts at this ballpark, but got to say an estimate of at least 415 feet, if not a little bit more. And that turned out to be a critical run for Bowie. Every run they scored would be critical with a 1-run win. After they did get 2 runners on with 2 outs, they would strand them both. And as the game moved into the bottom of the 5th, Rahm was still dealing. Gave up a single with 1 out, but stranded the runner. In the 6th, against reliever Steven Jennings, the Baysox went down in order. In the bottom of the 6th, as Drew Rahm tried to extend into the frame, he looked like he was going to finish scoreless. Gave up a ground out and a strikeout for 2 quick outs, but Brandon Lockridge stepped in and started what would be a bit of a spiral for Rahm. As Rahm holds set at the chin, drops to the waist as he steps back, kicks high, fires the 1-1, and it's lined out to deep center. Cowser backing up on it. He's going to stop at the wall as this one exits. A line drive home run for Brandon Lockridge breaks the shutout. It's Lockridge's 7th of the season, but Bowie still leads 4-1. But that would not be where the inning ended, as everything with 2 outs just spiraled on Rahm. He walked Jason Rosario, gave up an infield single to Blake Perkins, and Jesus Bastidas knocked Rahm out of the game. The 3-1 pitch. Line drive, left field, base hit. This could score a run as Haskin picks it. The go sign is on, the throw comes in, and it's going to be cut off. An RBI single for Jesus Bastidas makes it 4-2. Bowie still ahead, but the situation remains. First and second, 2 away. So that knocked Rahm out. Connor Loprich came on with 2 inherited runners, and unfortunately he could not strand them both. Allowed 1 to score on this single by Mickey Gasper. Ready for a 2-1 pitch to Gasper. Here it is. Half swing, and it's poked slowly into center field, a base hit. 1 run is going to score. Over to third base is the tying run, Bastidas, and it's 4-3. After that, though, Loprich was locked in, retired the final 7 batters he faced, and did not allow any runs of his own to score. In the top of the 7th, the Baysox went down in order against Jennings again, but in the top of the 8th, they found new life against pitcher Barrett Lowski. Leadoff double by Hudson Haskin, and a wild pitch pushed him to third, but Bowie couldn't do anything with him for a bit. Maverick Hanley drew a walk and got picked off for the first out, and Andrew Dashbach struck out looking for the second out, so it looked like Bowie might have been out of luck. But J.D. Mundy, he came up. He's been hitting it so well lately, this time in the clutch. Another 2-2. Mundy drills this one out toward right field. Dunham running on it, and it's over his head, bounces off of the wall. Haskins scores, and Mundy heads to second base. He slid, but he didn't need to. Nobody was on the bag. Mundy coming up clutch with a 2-out RBI double here in the 8th inning. Bowie ups their lead 5-3. That turned out to be as crucial of a run as could be, because after Lopridge fired a perfect 8th inning in the 9th, Jensen Elliott came on. He struck out Jesus Bastidas to open on a 2-2 pitch, and on a 3-1 offering, hitters count to Mickey Gasper. He took Elliott deep. After that, Gasper was the only one across. Chad Bell grounded out back to the pitcher. Anthony Volpe drew a walk, and Elijah Dunham came up. Elliott worked him to a full count and got him looking. There goes Volpe, the payoff. In there, strike 3. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again as Jensen Elliott freezes Dunham with a high changeup and strands the tying run on base to earn the save. Bowie walks away the winners tonight, 5-4. So your final box score, Bowie scores 5 runs on 12 hits with no errors. They left on 8. Somerset scores 4 runs on 9 hits with no errors. They left on 7. Winning pitcher is Drew Rahm. He moves to 5-1 on the season as the losing pitcher Randy Vasquez falls to 0-3. Jensen Elliott earns the save. It's his second of the year as the game was played in 2 hours and 31 minutes in front of a paid attendance here at TD Bank Ballpark of 4,315. With the win, Bowie moves to 33-44 on the season, a 1-game winning streak for the Baysox as they're now 6-2 in the second half. With the loss, Somerset falls to 47-30 on the year, a 1-game losing streak for the Patriots as they're now 3-5 in the second half. We'll preview tomorrow's Game 3 in the series in a little bit, but for now we break, and when we return, scoreboard watching here at TD Bank Ballpark. Check in on the Eastern League and see how some of the other teams are doing. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Make sure you've got your Jedi cloaks ready on Saturday, July 16th for Star Wars Saturday at Prince George's Stadium. Meet dozens of Star Wars characters out at the ballpark, take part in interactive exhibits and lightsaber battles, and you can bid on specialty game-worn jerseys by the Baysox players at the game. It's all sponsored by Taco Bell, and it comes your way on Saturday, July 16th. So get your tickets now for Star Wars Saturday at the ballpark by heading to Baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back to TD Bank Ballpark one final time here in Bridgewater as we continue on with Baysox postgame. Matt Sabatis with you following a big 5-4 win for Bowie over Somerset. Take this opportunity now to cruise around the Eastern League, get you caught up on some of the games still in action. New Hampshire breaking a 6-6 tie with Hartford in the bottom of the 8th inning at Delta Dental Stadium, putting on 3 runs to take it into the 9th, needing 3 outs to lock up the 9-6 winner there. Rest of the league has come to a final. Portland cruises over Binghamton 12-5. Richmond took a no-hitter against Reading into the 7th inning, but could not maintain it. Still held on for an easy 5-2 win there. Altoona and Akron played earlier today with the Curve coming away victorious 6-3, and Erie blanking Harrisburg on just 3 hits. Such a good staff there for the Seawolves. 7-0 in that one. Nearby in the Orioles farm system, Aberdeen is visiting Brooklyn, so probably only about an hour away if you're taking it by car, as the crow flies, even shorter. But Brooklyn comes away with a win on that one. A 3-run first inning did just enough. 4-2 the final in that contest. And Norfolk easily got past Jacksonville today, 6-1. DL Hall with a career-high 14 strikeouts in the win, his second AAA win. And then still in action down at Purdue Stadium, it's another tough day for Delmarva. They trail Salem 7-1 in the bottom of the 9th, but they're threatening to at least get something. They have bases loaded and only 1 out. Again, the score we care about most on this production, though, as always, is that of Bowie's, and it was a good one today. They take down the Somerset Patriots 5-4 to even up this 6-game series at 1 game apiece. Two sides meet again tomorrow, of course, for Game 3 of the set, when Noah Denoyer will start for Bowie, an 0-1 record and a 1.73 ERA. Will Warren will get the nod for Somerset, a 5-5 mark and a 3.27 ERA. Game gets underway at 7:05, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 6:45. For now, though, we say so long. Matt Sabatis saying thank you for stopping by as Bowie takes down Somerset today, 5-4. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.